I still truly believe that we could see a 9Z pick up at the very least a map versus Liquid. If Liquid do not show us a stark improvement to their 1 day of play yesterday, right? That's always the asterisk here. It is a 0-2 based on 1 day of play, and we know that the ceiling is so much higher. But you slip up again tonight, if you're not sharp coming into this versus 9Z, I think there is very well a chance that we could get a crazy upset this evening.
Yeah, and then, you know, if Liquid play at their best, there wouldn't really be a chance, I would say, based on what we've seen from 9Z so far at this stage. But right now, Liquid they're killing.
Tracker up.
Me salta un anuncio, vos podés creer. Todo legal, todo bon. Vamos a comer esto. Ta. Vamos, viejo, va llegando la gente. ¿Cómo estamos para hoy? Tirá Adblock. No, sí tengo Adblock, mirá. Pero me recabía igual. Puse a calentar el agua para el mate. Espero que no arranque ya. Pero me parece que va a ser el caso. A ver.
Because of the fact that he picked up what was this huge hole that we expected to be left in 9Z with no try, we thought no chance. But Lucan managed to grab a role, as you alluded to, that he had, you know, not been known for, and held on with that. Then at the time, IGL still managed to fight through that one. This is a team that has faced
Liquid quiere jugar Ancient. ¿Contra quién jugamos? Jugamos contra Team Liquid, el equipo norteamericano. No me la Counter Strike. No, como que se me cae. Ay, me asusté.
Overpass is where I think 9Z can do some damage.
Barrage,
and Dust 2 would have been there as well.
Yeah, so they get Barrage. I mean, it's actually a super.
Ancient, Overpass y Mirage. Los mapas que más te gustan a vos, Romy. Hay que ganar, viejo. Hay que ganar. Liquid se cae. Bueno, espero que estén en un mal día hoy. Tienen buenos jugadores. Liquid tiene buenos jugadores. Hay que decirlo. A ver, banking, que voy a bajar porque seguro está un poco saturado esto. Bájalo ahí. Ahí me van a escuchar mejor, espero. Uy, voy a buscar el agua. Ya vengo. No se vayan, no se vayan. Mantengan ahí.
They might come back after that, but they just don't have much resolve. I mean, it's always felt like it's been a story of the mental game for Team Liquid. It's just a story that's gone on for a couple of years now. And I guess the worst part of it all is, besides the showdown, they were actually looking really good there for a moment. But here we are into the match already.
It begins, man. It's do or die for both these rosters, and we know that 9Z are trying to fight outside of their own weight class. But look at this. 4 versus 2 for 9Z CT side. Bomb being planted on the opposite end of all these 9Z players. They've got the swarm going. They've got cave control. They've got 3 back on the spawn. And now Shox walks up. Max just ahead of him. Ooh, a headshot that I think could turn this one back into the hands of Liquid, but then he loses his next duel, taking a fight versus 2 CTs. Nitro deep on ramp. He waits. Bomb is being stuck, but it's a 10-second defuse, so Nitro pulls forward.
No, ya arrancó la concha de la lora, ya arrancó.
So it is enough for 9Z to make the retake happen.
¿Cómo que ya arrancó la puta madre?
It's a good retake here.
Bueno, ganamos la primera ronda. Vamos, viejo. Vamos.
They just don't have any wins on it in their officials. They are no, excuse me. I misread this. They have played it. They have a 50% win rate. Still a bit better for Liquid.
Arrancamos bien.
Actually, it's maybe not quite as clear cut as I thought for a second. in my memory. We just didn't watch any 9Z
haven't
ancient
seen-
games.
we-
Yeah.
you
Full
and I-
pantalla, sí, perdón.
So
Es
out
eso.
of my memory.
Ahí va, ahí va.
So okay. The buy comes right back in. And as per, it's incredibly strong for the T side.
Ya estamos, Tony. Tranqui. Ya la agrandé. ¿Qué tiene plata Liquid? Plantar, ¿no? Tranqui, 3v4, 3v4. Escóndete, Lucan, escóndete. No te vieron. Bien, Lucan. Ah, bien, Toro. Bien. Que agarre confianza, que vaya agarrando confianza. Casi la quedo hasta la 1.45 me llegó la noti. Vamos, 9C. Es hoy, viejo. Sí, es hoy. Tiene que ser hoy. Hay que ganar 2-0 para agarrar confianza y ya encarar los otros BO3. Liquid no es ningún cuco. O sea... Sí, hay que... Lo piqueó Liquid a este mapa, así que mal no lo van a jugar. Hay que tener cuidado con eso. Espero que 9Z lo haya practicado bastante bien. No, el tiro que mete shocks. Boludo.
Oh man.
Dale,
DGT, dale. Bien, déjate. Buena.
I'm surprised they didn't actually follow up with that one dig from Shocks. Now, it could have looked like a bait.
Ojalá mi
There
minuto
were
para
more
jugar.
8 players behind it, but
Bien, che, bien.
ultimately,
Listo.
they still had a plan to go
Queda
through.
este gordo
Flash
nomás.
came through,
Fuera,
but
muerto.
there were-
Fuera, sírvanlo.
9Z were fully well
Listo,
prepared.
chao,
But
pecho
mid
frío.
for that as well, so Liquid don't get a bomb plant in this round. Nothing to go
Y
on.
medio es fundamental. Dale, loco, dale. 3-0. Que siga. Ronda bull, ronda importante. Pues si ganamos esta, van a tener que sacar medio apretados la próxima. Igual ya tienen los bonus de 2900, pero dale, estamos firmes.
The bookmakers say
Vamos a seguir prolijo.
about this matchup.
No. Romy, tenés que decir que los ves con buen aim. O sea, vos, así funciona la mufa. Los ves bien a los de Liquid, los veo bien. Van 3 rondas nomás, tranquilos. O sea, todavía no empezó la partida.
Uh-oh.
They're the reason they're here. Smoke right ahead of Shocks.
They heard the boost. I think, man, when people boost, this is kind of silly, but like if once you jump up on someone's head, the person on the bottom needs to just let go of crouch.
Que te busteas, gordo.
And then the person can jump whenever they want instead of just holding crouch like that. But with that hurt, it's not going to net them anything here. And the smoke is nice and prim, covers everything.
Listo, nada. No tenemos info.
I think slower rounds are the
Está
move
tensa la
on this
ronda,
map
está
for the
tensa
most
la
part
ronda.
for T side. Try to work your map control. Of course, there's a lot of penduluming between A and B through spawn as you wait around because mid isn't just given to you. And it's kind of hard to take anything else without committing a lot. But they'll finally get out to be after the smokes.
Mucha tensión.
Just so much time burned off. Oh, missed jump from Lucan.
Oh, I think it was a space
Ese
bar.
salto. Qué paja cuando pasa eso.
Might have been the scroll wheel. David, he's going to instead
Bien.
have to hold everything here on
Uno
the
más.
site. Gets 1.5
Ya
frags
vos,
worth of
boludo,
damage,
ya
and
vos.
suddenly we've got
Y
Liquid
se
very
bajaba uno
comfortable
más.
around you. The fact that 9Z were able to take so much map control and bleed off so much time, Liquid only coming out of those long
Mira,
doors
quedaron
with
tocados,
35 seconds left on the clock. But it's that squeeze, right? That final squeeze that Liquid puncture through with, and I'm sure Lucan replays that one in his head 100 times. But the jump most certainly screwed over any chance he had at cutting off that A plane. If he gets that kill, they've got to deal with him in
Está bien,
those
está
corners.
bien.
He slows it all down. His teammate then
Se
has a
descontó
better
lo que
chance of
pudo,
actually
lo
locking
que se
him in.
pudo.
Who knows what happens?
Estamos bien.
Yeah, 100%.
Missed chance.
Yeah, that was definitely a missed chance. Now it is kind of crazy to me that they are pushing with the rifle through A like a number of times.
Tranquilos.
I'll say a number, but 2 times. The Antigo in this round right here.
Ay,
That is
pero... Bien. Buena baja. Descontamos.
If you're on T side, and I guess the whole thing about CT side is you got
Tenemos build, bueno, más o menos.
You could sit out basically anywhere within the site.
Lucan tiene AP. Sí, vamos, tenemos build todavía. Así que estamos Estamos bien.
Easily mow down 2, fall back through temple, have a number of ways to route back into assisting your teammates, but pushing, you know, is one of the most risky ones. Of course, it would free up rotations, and not all teams are going to test A on the T side, so it can be an opportunity.
Vamos, vamos, Toro, vamos, Toro. Dale, dale, tenés que empezar con AP a pegar. Te digo que gana el Liquid 220-3. Dale, loco, dale. Hay que mostrarles el nivel de la región, viejo. Se prepararon todo un año para esto. Rater, I don't speak Russian, sorry. Sí, jugaban 1 y cuarto, pero se adelantó porque los otros partidos terminaron antes. Me agarró de sorpresa a mí también. Ay, no me digan. Y se me cae, boludo, me da un miedo que se me caiga el stream. O que se me caiga el net, peor. Pasaron. Buena, buena. 1 por 1. Bien, Max. Buena, Max. Listo, listo. Nos cerramos, nos cerramos. Ay, le vio. Lo vio, ¿no? Bien. Bueno, bueno. Ay, corre, corre. Bien, bien, bien. Vale, 4v3. Tenemos a uno tocado, pero dale, Luken. Se la pones a Naf. Tiene el C4. Así disparaba. Disparale, disparale. Ay, no le quise disparar. Mirá vos, boludo. Bien, el último, corta. Dale, dale. Bien, 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 bien. Lo hicieron perfecto. Bien, bien, bien. Fea Romy, después me tenés que decir qué le respondés en ruso. O sea, la gorda vivida que se pone a traducir. ¿Cómo está la eco? A ver, ¿cómo está la eco?
But pushing into CT is what's really hard to do. And that's why we see the Astralis execs on the B site where they smoke deep and take really ambitious control.
Si 9Z pierde, queda eliminado. Hay 3 mapas, gente, recuerden. 3 mapas. 3. Ay. Tenemos C4. Tenemos C4.
You mentioned it when this pregame happened, dude. There was a map round on Inferno, same situation. Obviously, this
Ah, de una, de una.
See if it gets recovered.
They just got chased because they both ran and yeah.
More chip damage. Naf still alive though. He's trying to chase the kills. They still haven't even solved.
Bien, bien, DGT, bien, 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 bien. Hasta ahora impecable mapa de 9Z. Hay que seguir así, hay que sacar más rondas del CT. A Luken se le ve mejor que ayer, sí, 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 sí. Totalmente, ayer estuvo en un muy mal día.
Not that you shouldn't ever, but you definitely should do it sparsely. Initial smoke here on mid. It looks like maybe fast mid control at least.
Bueno. ¿Saben que corrieron? Bien, David. Bien, David. Y no lo va a ver, DGT le va a pasar. Pero bueno, ya está cantado que le puede pasar. Así que... No, está mal, pero no está... Ay, Luken, ay, Luken. Bueno, bueno, bien, bien, bien. Quedan 2 más. Quedan 2. 4v2. Tienen C4 igual. Así que hay que tener cuidado. Dale, Luken, por favor, Luken. Por favor, Luken. Ay, lo mata de GT. Bravo, bravo. La concha de la lora. Ay, encima tiene AP ahora el chupapija de Naf. Es ganable todavía, es ganable. Ay, por favor, velo. Velo, por favor. Bravo. Qué paja, hermano. La ronda que perdemos, 4v2.
Unless Max can miraculously make this happen, but I mean, he's got 2 enemies to find deep
Tiene
inside of
defuse,
Donut.
tiene
Yeah, he can
defuse.
swap to the weapon, but he still has a little element of surprise, and now that
Ahora el
AK-47
AK.
just seems like too much to save. Team
Es que no le iba a dar el
Liquid,
tiempo.
2 versus 4.
Yeah.
Because
A lo sumo hay que descontar una
once he
ermita
lost
ahora.
that support player in Temple,
He got scared.
and he had nowhere to run, dude. With an op between Donut exit and A main,
Yes. And
Ay, quedó
that's
poquita
the
vida,
thing where it's
pero,
like, it
pero no
looks
murieron.
brave. It looks, you know,
Qué verga.
playing a very close angle, and he probably has a nice shot, especially if the guy is far away, or he's almost certainly not going to miss
Estaba
that,
ganada
but
esta ronda.
the problem was
Estas son las rondas que duelen, viste, que ya después a la larga, viste, decís, ¿por qué no sacamos? Lo bueno es que tenemos Bui todavía, tenemos Bui.
Also a pretty favorable fight, and also fought Donut or been less scared about anyone coming out Donut behind him.
Es que tiene buenos jugadores, Liquid, ¿eh? Son todos jugadores de renombre, o sea, no son ningunos
The leverage
petes.
that OC got to allow Nafly out to kill Lucan in that mid-round situation.
a notable 2v4, man. When we know how difficult these T-Habs can be on Ancient.
Nitro se había ido al Valorant, ¿no? Y después volvió ahora al Counter.
Oh yeah, it's looking rough. Okay, the deep push. This is a good idea, of course. I think
Ay,
very
mira si
strong
lo come
and a
ahora, lo tiene de
strong spot for
espalda. Lo escuchó, lo
Whoa,
escuchó.
he's falling back
No se lo
on the
espera, no se lo espera. Bien. Bueno, 1 por 1, descontamos la P. Más o menos.
That was awesome. They had 2 flashes in play.
Veo 3, es el mejor de 3.
So even though Lucan came back to his post and they were worried about trading it out, they blinded the up coast player, they isolated
Totalmente,
him.
Néstor, sí,
Lucan,
sí.
even if he stayed on the angle, would have been blind off that flash as well.
Ay, David. David. 4v4, tranquilo, muchachos. Siempre se dice que la ventaja la tienen los TTs cuando es en igualdad de condiciones. Ay, los escuchó.
Wait, but they know then the big guy pushed.
Las
Yeah,
shots
so
lo
Max
pone.
goes down. Sight gets cracked and Alicia's here taking fights.
Complicadísima esta ronda, creo que hay que guardar nomás. Al menos que el torito se baja ahí a... No, no, pero no se va a mostrar.
Yeah, it's a great mistake. You know, you have to wait for timings inside of
No, Torito.
snipers all the way down to 10
Lo van a
seconds.
poner rosa.
Even after the bomb has been planted, people can come out into the and be the last player to end
Bien.
up winning the round. So, yeah, like you
no.
mentioned, I mean, it
Qué verga.
comes down to
1 por
basically
1.
the fact
Pensé
that
que quedaban 2
people
de
rushed
3.
first of all when there was
¿Quién picó el mapa? Es de
no
Liquid.
immediate
Liquid
threat.
lo
They
picó este
kinda
mapa,
just
sí, sí.
DGT resmoked deep A and then
Pero
pushed into
perdimos
the
una
area.
ronda boluda la
And they still
anterior.
did that.
Esta está
So
bien,
there
era
must have been
perdida,
bad
pero...
calm there, because I don't think
buscando.
Liquid really worked hard enough to pull some kind of crazy rotation like that.
Ay, no, Torito no lo matan, lo matan, lo matan. Creo que lo matan. No, no, lo matan. Paja, boludo, que paja. Y sí, no se lo esperaba. Me estafaron jugar 13-15. Es que se adelantó porque ganaron 2-0 el match. Y no hubo. Se adelantó 1 hora. No, esta piqué Overpass y el Decider match es Mirage. Ay, boludo.
Yeah,
Me da
this is
paja
really
9Z a
funny,
veces
so,
porque...
like,
como es, arrancamos con todas, viste, siempre se arranca bien el mapa y nos desinflamos, nos vamos desinflando a poquito y nos quedamos sin nafta. Pero bueno, el rival juega también, o sea, no se puede hacer nada.
Trying to figure out whether it's going to end A or B site, and this is an enormous opportunity for Team Liquid, where 9Z are dead broke. They've got a Deagle, single flash here on Max to work with, and 1 upgraded USP and 2 of P250.
Stack. Nunca salen bien los stack, boludo. ¿Qué quiero que te
Know
diga?
that it's an anti-eco,
O sea, al menos que vayan a ese site.
smokes and control every single round here from 9Z.
Vamos a ver. Ojalá que vayan a. Pero es complicado que salga. Pasa que este vago ya va limpiando y si se da cuenta que no hay en B, ya van para B. Sí, ya pasaron B y no van a ver a nadie. Pick de Liquid. Es este mapa. Y ya saben que pueden ir B. Listo. Ya está.
The most passive round of CS we've seen. It's a really big breath.
La ronda más pasiva que vimos de
Mr. Hall's play
Counter.
recently,
Sí, es verdad. O
saw
sea,
a
ni
team
un
that
tiro
not
hasta ahora.
only has gotten a lot better and had to deal with losing so much in the past few months.
Lo va a limpiar, lo
figuring
va a
things
limpiar.
out,
Sí.
that
¡Sí!
you can now
No,
pick them
amigo,
over some of
¿por
their
qué?
competition,
¿Por
right?
qué, boludo? Era
But,
importantísima esa
you
baja,
saw
por lo
the
menos
play, I think it was
para
with
descontar un
Ajax,
arma.
you saw they're willing to take it to the next level and like start pushing in situations where they already have an advantage and say, okay, we know we're better than you. Yes, we wouldn't always do this if a team was better than us, but now not only are we
Era
playing
fast
good CS
rayar,
where
¿no?
we know we'll win, we'll also play with some confidence and really lay it on thick. And I
No
think
sé, hubiera sido mejor un rush medio de los
they
5.
don't have that same confidence. They don't have the wins right now. They've had too many bad losses, so I can see why they are going to
Cómo
play
ladran los
more
perros de fondo, la
in
puta
rounds
madre.
that are just 100%
Ahí está.
guaranteed. They
No sé
need
si
to earn
escucharán
that
en el stream.
confidence because it doesn't come from nowhere, and they've seen themselves lose in much worse situations.
Hay
So,
plata ahora.
penny pinch. You know, they've got every single dollar they can save could matter, especially considering, again, what type of rounds we know they're prone to lose.
Bueno,
One
bueno.
for them, though.
Pero me voy a sacar la remera. Bueno, agarrar calor.
10. Keep the numbers nice and strong.
Remera, nada que ver.
to 5-4.
Quedaba en cuero.
Liquid,
Buf.
we see the op on OC, and he is posted towards middle immediately. DGT, top fragger for the side of 9Z. Looks to come hunting close. Tons of boosts going on from Liquid. Always trying to pry over top of these smokes, and this one works out wonderfully. Elige, headshot for the man.
Sí, era perder las armas y total.
Naf, missed flash.
Tenían USPs.
Two counter-terrorists on the other end of this, and he has the less of the weapons for Liquid. Be careful, my friend.
Qué grande el Firulais. Te despertó ladrando.
9Z foregoing some of that forward A main control that we've seen from them a couple of rounds. No early warning system in place on that side of the map, right? They go from scrambling over too quickly with deep vision to now staying stagnant on the B site with no info. And that no information setup
Hay que ganar
is
esta
gonna
ronda.
give Liquid an easy
O sea,
exit.
mirá, está regalado A, viejo.
David's the only guy close, and
Ya
and
está,
being
ya pasa
combat
nada
towards top
y
mid.
o sea,
Well,
plantan
they've
y
actually
listo.
made it out towards A, and man, yeah, that's why I was really curious about those early A main
Van a
pushes,
guardar.
because you're not
¿Qué
gonna
van a
get that
hacer?
every round, and you've already used them twice.
No
in
la
the
veo,
first
no los
round
veo
in the
queriendo
early portion of the first half, so
pelear
it's
esta
surprising
ronda
me that Liquid
imposible.
find this. They start to exploit it, so I think really smart call here from Liquid to do what they just did. And it's after their first kill in mid. Now the other thing is we could see from the where our CT died inside of middle that Liquid have been boosting inside of the smoke and elbow. And normally you walk into the corner of the smoke and you boost on that side and look at the boost, and that was a little bit safer. But
Néstor, tengo un video en el canal que son como 6-7 minutos explicándolo mejor. Si no querés ir a verlo, te lo resumo. Lo banearon por haber aprovechado como coach un bug de espectador donde podía ver a los rivales que hacían. Pero esto fue hace 1 año y medio. Y lo banearon 3 días antes de la Major. Una cagada.
They're all hanging on and they're all hiding in corners. Naf will kill Rocks, and then Max gets the better of Nitro. So 2 deaths at the very end of that one, and Liquid tie this game 5 rounds apiece. I do feel like I'm starting to see, like, you know, I think back to that, like, quick rotate past Elige where 2 players go sprinting over. Sometimes you watch a team who doesn't play too much vertigo, and you
Sí,
see
Axel,
them give
tenés
away
razón.
audio
Están
cues
regalando
they're
mucho.
supposed to, or, like, you know, it's those little detailed moments where it's just audio advantage is offered, and Ancient can be a map like that.
Malísimo como lo
Right
banearon.
now,
Sí.
DGT
Bien,
through
DGT.
the sound. He's gonna put on the pain. Finds Naf trying to charge through mid smokes.
Veo 3, sí, Gonzalo. Mejor de 3.
Yeah, that's that config play off the spawn that he had. Try to get fast into Donut,
You know,
or
of
maybe
config-
just get past it.
Of config and Astralis, we think of like those are one of those teams I feel like that just walk everywhere across Ancient all the time, and they have a sick T side. And right now, Liquid are kind of hitting me with that, creeping and crawling. Well, 9Z maybe a little bit
Tranqui.
frantic and frazzled, but 5 versus 3 is a
Hablemos la pelota.
Yeah.
Vamos ganando. Tranqui, no hagamos boludeces.
But at least you've got David within this bomb
Dale,
site,
David.
close
Escondido,
donut support.
escondido.
It's been awesome on the back of defaults
Por lo menos, a ver.
in this angle on a previous round.
Listo. Están tan cantados. Están.
Two shots gonna miss. The
Ay,
second
decí
one
que no lo
hits.
mató. Pero igual
But he
nada,
does
está
still
muerto.
dodge
Está
that
muerto.
Molotov.
Espera que rote tus
OC
mañanas.
looking to block off donut support. And sure enough, DGT taken out.
Oh, that's
OC,
so good.
what? The
¿Qué no
drop
rotamos
by
antes, loco?
USP, okay.
Oh,
Oh! And then
joder,
right back into
dude.
the off. Rocks maybe
No,
jumping the
no,
gun
no.
as he tries to chase down the NA Opper. Max is the next in line, and OC
Por favor.
close with this one. Here's the
Oh,
A1S
Dios.
shoot, and he just needs
Oh,
to
he can't
time this.
reload.
He just needs to time that peak.
Vale, salí.
Max playing with the corner.
Bien,
OC,
bien, bien, bien.
dude, back and
El
forth.
otro
Not
está,
able to
andás.
hang on. Nitro and Elige 2v3. The attack from the back of Donut. Nitro.
Está
his
complicado. Hay
teammates
defuse,
currently smoked off, but
pero.
Max is able to find that fight within it. Bomb beyond the halfway point. And Nitro's just trying to lock in the side of Temple. Goes for the
Cómalo,
lead,
cómalo.
takes it to Lucan, gets the better of him. And now as he sits on 50 health, he's being
Vamos,
chased down
llega.
by Max, who will kill him.
Llega.
But does he have
Yeah,
the
he does.
time?
Oh, he does, I think. Yeah.
Bien, 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 bien,
He'll
bien, bien,
lock
bien.
it in.
Oh,
Bien. Uy, uy, uy. Bien, bien, bien. Cómo se me frunció el orto, la puta madre. Bien, bien, bien. Creo que fue por milésimas de segundo. Vamos, viejo, vamos. La puta madre. Dale, dale, dale.
Nitro doing such a good job of just
6-5,
separating those
6-5.
fights around the front of Temple. Props
Parece
to
que si le
Elige as
metemos
well.
una
Good
más,
move
se
from
les
OC.
frunce los
Wow,
petes.
how-
Vale.
How frantic OC was for a second.
Bien,
Being so
estás.
surrounded. If Elige is there, he's got a set of eyes to help.
0.1. Para mí fue 0.1 también.
Yeah,
They
Sí.
got into that between Nitro, Elige, and OC.
very good effort.
Vamos, 9 tetas, dice.
And coming back
¿Cuánto
close,
vamos?
knowing you
6-5,
already
el score
won the
está
2v4,
arriba.
And you have 5 T rounds, Ancient. This half not done yet for Liquid. Full buy, better buy.
Liquid know they have free mid attack again within 20 seconds. And
4
this is
vacas y
a
una
huge
P.
trap for 9Z.
Juega
They
bien
have not put too much
el
pressure
chino
down
ese.
here.
No sé si es chino,
Right
pero
now the rotations
se entiende.
already look
Primer
a
match,
little bit
primer match.
worrisome.
Es el primer match.
I like that we're still keeping kind of contact in the bottom of B.
A ver.
But once this is spotted, there isn't actually that much more in place, and now so much map control is handed over to the T's.
That was
Wow,
close.
David
Me da
pushing
un
in.
miedo. Oh,
But yeah, this
ya
is
descontaron
a
a
situation
más.
where actually David wants that fight because there's not a huge amount of incentive for that A attack to come down.
Good damage.
Joder, mil puta, me los cago a tiro, no.
Taking to 18. But
Bien,
bullets
bien,
are
bien,
both
bien,
ways.
bien.
DGD takes the headshot. That's what they were both looking for.
Look at this cave control, and there's an MP9.
Dale, David.
which
Te
is,
convertís en héroe, David.
You know, that's pretty cool, but there's
Vale,
no
aguanten hasta que
ways.
llegue David y los agarre por atrás, por favor.
They do throw a smoke down on a ramp. Oh, but David. Oh my god.
No
Oh,
puede
with
ser,
the
no puede
tech
ser,
side.
loco. 9 de vida, queda el
25
verga.
seconds. Liquid can't go elsewhere, so they do still push in the 4 versus 3. Smokes on both sides of
O
the
sea,
site.
esa baja lo era todo.
Now suddenly
Ah,
19,
vamos a ir a
they try to
guardar.
take it out
Qué
of there.
verga, loco, qué
Three-shot
verga
shots
estas
to
rondas.
hunt them through top mid. That flank could have been massive, but OC misses the op shot, swaps to the Tech 9, and deals with it.
¿Por qué robarte la aura? No entiendo.
Oh, and even with that kill, it would have been kind of hard. But look at Shocks. He could actually knock out all the remaining money from the CT side.
All of it.
No, perdemos todas las builds.
Lucan's
No.
dead to the hands of Naf. Liquid tie
concha
again,
de la
6
lora,
rounds
loco.
each.
Okay, so what's really important here is, again, 9Z, they've tried to float inside of middle, but they don't really have a lot going on in terms of putting tons of pressure on
sí.
Liquid, who wants to go for this.
No, 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 qué verga esta ronda, loco. Deberíamos estar 10-3, no sé, por ahí.
Over and over again. Not only that, but after
Estaríamos
that,
10-3 si no hubiéramos troleado
early
tanto.
grenades come out from 9Z towards the bottom of B steps around Banana and outside cave.
6-6.
They spot, they fall back, but they don't hold on to it, and they aren't
Al
getting
mejor de 3 el
in
mapa, sí,
any of
sí.
these positions. So I think Liquid kind of have figured this out at this point. They continue to do what they're doing, and also 9Z pretty broke now.
Definitely a layer of desperation here in round 13. I feel like Elige just heard Max. It's not 1, not 2, but 3 pistols.
Nah, con que descontemos 2 armas me conformo. Esta ronda debería ser 99% para Liquid. Ahí está, ya murió Rox.
Down goes Rocks. That's top mid.
Leave it to Shocks to sniff out an empty site. He's got an opportunity to tell Liquid about. And now they're going to be incredibly
0-2
nervous
cada
about
uno, sí.
where the rest of the CTs are, but we'll realize soon that it is in fact cave.
Deja de piquear justo. Boludo.
Nitro. Knowing this
Eso es mala
top
leche.
beehive. Rips off one end, and Elige is good for the other 2.
Una del
Lucan,
Toro.
the only player from 9Z able to get
Que
much
sé de
more
vida.
here.
También están teniendo culo ellos. Quedan a 1 de vida.
Lead. 7-6 on this T side.
0-3 yo no podría jugar, sí. Es la última chance.
Yeah, again, DP control is one thing. They have the opportunity though once you get your.
Díganme si está bien todo el sonido, el
Carbon
volumen.
mollies outside Banana to have your
Creo que
operator
está bien,
most rifle
pero-
push down more aggressively for those kills.
Sí, me dirá.
Deny that side of the map, and it
Lo
seems
vieron.
like 9Z are actually more comfortable pushing on A, which is
¿No lo escuchó?
atypical when you look at the way that most
No, no lo
CT teams
escuchó.
are approaching the map right now.
Ah,
So
lo
for
mataron.
whatever reason, they've been going for
loco.
action on that side.
Complicado.
I think that's where Liquid are going to be quite happy to fight if they
Pausa
they keep
táctica,
seeing that
sí,
go
sí.
down. So another attack pause will be called, and I think an op would make a big difference in this situation for 9Z, but I don't think they'll be able to afford it. They could have gone
No,
glass
si perdemos este mapa tenemos que ir a un segundo mapa. Si pierde ese, chau. Si ganamos ese, queda 1-1 y jugamos el Decider, que es Mirage. O sea, pero es el resumen de 9Z en toda la Major, ¿no? Desaprovechando el primer mapa. Ponele que fue Stomp. Pero con mi BR totalmente ganable. Este mapa lo podríamos estar ganando por 3-4 rondas, fácil. Es así.
Basically, what we've seen is if we had an op passive inside a temple watching the A push, one player in Donut spotting the cross into
La subí un poco.
snipers, Liquid would almost always end B with the amount of space that they take, and if they had an overstack B site, then 9Z would probably
Primer
have
mapa
a lot
todavía.
more success.
Lee's got a gap here to play with. More utility on him. They're trying to pressure it, trying to deny it.
It's good.
It's enough to turn him back.
Se la esperan,
I
se la
think they figured
esperan.
it out now. It's obviously a little late in the half, but this is the right idea.
¿Qué onda, Joaco?
Right off at the tack pause.
Vale.
TGT
Ay,
duel
la
versus
concha
Nav
de
could have
tu
been his, but instead it's
La
Rocks
Rox.
v Shocks. And the B ramp
Ay, qué
held
culo
here
roto.
from 9Z. Max gonna shy away from this, doesn't want to give away
No,
that
no te leo.
5-4. And
Max, dale,
will
loco,
kill Nitro
3 de
in the
5,
end.
por
Nice
favor.
little crawl here from Rocks, runs it down. That's
Queda uno,
his
queda uno,
second
1 de
and
5.
third.
Dale, viejo.
While Nav tries to burn him out of the corner,
Tenemos
he's
C4 encima.
already gone.
Ya está.
Big play from Rocks.
Perdían esta ronda, ¿te imaginas? Este mapa es Ancient.
Crawl from behind. David.
Ahí está, ahí Fabricio dice. Ancient,
wanna
lo
get
va a
that
Mirage.
time
Bien,
ahead,
bien.
so he'll
Una más, dale, una más, loco.
Yeah, that was a super solid round.
Una
offensive
más y un
pause and a
8-7
situation where you can
no me
see 9Z
convence,
are
pero
learning.
tampoco está
They
tan
dealt
mal.
with a lot of the problems that they had coming into this round. They were very adamant about stopping.
Sí, ni hablar que la inexperiencia. Es la primera vez que jugamos un Major, gente. O sea, piénsenlo así. Bueno, la primera vez que haciendo un equipo a primera, lo cagan a goles al principio. O no lo cagan a goles, pero se le nota que falta aceitar y pulir varias cosas. CT policía, TT terrorista. ¿Ya Luken? ¡Uno más! ¿Pero por qué no tiene un soporte ahí? ¿Por qué no tiene un soporte? No, ahora pasan, pero como colectivo lleno, ya tomaron el site, loco.
Sure enough, this flood from Team Liquid just gets beyond anybody else.
Bien, David.
Well, killing Nitro
Pongámosle inteligente, somos uno más.
Oh, that's actually huge. I mean, they don't have smokes to put this bomb down again, right?
Bien, David, tranqui, tranqui, muchachos.
Also taken down from that
No
one.
plantaron todavía, no plantaron. Bien, bien tradeado.
Looking for more, but just a single kill.
Queda este
Already
chupaverga
this
solo.
temple push is
Si la
being
jugamos
brought
bien,
in
tiene que estar
position,
cocinada. Dale.
assumed by what's remaining of 9Z. How does Elige get them out of here?
Bien, 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 bien.
But again, it's Rocks looking for the impact.
Bueno,
looking for the
8-7,
kills.
vamos a ver, por
8-7
favor,
for 9Z on
Dios,
the CT
ganemos
side.
la
They could have
pistol,
had more.
ganemos la
The momentum
pistol,
kept
te lo
rolling.
pido.
That 2 versus 4 opened the door for Liquid, and they make the most of it.
Eso también,
All in
lo
all,
que
just
dice
nice,
ahí
slow
internet,
rounds from
compra
Liquid.
internet.
Methodical, meticulous.
Nos falta competir con los mejores de Europa. Piensen que contra los equipos que estamos jugando juegan con tier 1 siempre. Son con los mejores del mundo. 9Z no está acostumbrado a competir con los mejores del mundo. Eso pesa demasiado, el no estar acostumbrado. Nunca hay nadie para el trade. ¿Viste, boludo? Sí, sí. Pero bueno, ahora tradearon bien las últimas rondas. Vamos. Vamos a la pista, loco. Vamos a la pista. Vamos a correrlo. Vamos a correrlo. Dale, Luken. Vos sos bueno con la loca.
One's metrics, in my opinion. So now the pressure really is on 9Z to show us if there are going to be a two-way team on this map and win 8 on T side themselves.
Ooh, Shocks keeps it clean.
Bueno,
versus
algunos
Luken.
Shocks.
Then they just go jumping past the Liege. He's gonna die empty-handed.
No,
What's their
no.
choice?
¿Por
Head
qué no van
towards
para...?
B. OC under pressure here.
No,
Can't
¿por
take
qué
anybody
no?
down.
¿Cómo
They
no?
don't kill
¿Cómo
him.
no
That's 8
murió,
HP, so
boludo? ¿Cómo no
they can
muere,
chase
amigo?
him. It's just creating this awkward
Ahí
kind
se
of
cayeron los dos,
floodgate
pero...
of fights within top mid. David will finish.
No, 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 déjate.
Looks away
Ay.
from the door push. That's that A play that
3
goes
contra 3
all
estamos
the
más
way
tocados
around.
que la mía. Por lo
Rox
menos
is
planteamos.
planting. This is weird. And everybody from Liquid
está
has more
esperando, lo
health
estaba
from
esperando.
anybody on 9Z.
El buen lurker.
Chance to breathe here in the post plant. Shox is going to execute Max from the back.
Some of that damage
Cerrate,
might
cerrate,
pay off
David.
now.
Cerrate. No van a tener
Rox and
defuse o sí
David
tienen
are
defuse.
both low.
No tienen
That's
defuse.
half
No
the
tienen
battle.
defuse.
Rock slips
Fue muy
into the closer
inteligente.
corners. Oh, nice first half, but there's Nitro, quick
Ay, no.
trade, and
Ya
there's
había
Liquid.
muerto, pensé que quedaba uno más.
Quick
La
die.
puta madre, boludo.
Man.
8-7, 8-8.
About 40 seconds there. No one can buy a kill.
Qué verga, loco. Qué verga. Al menos plantamos. Plantamos. Vamos a tener
And all
plata.
that
Vamos a tener algo de
while, right? I
plata
feel
para,
like that's
para
what
sacar.
really enables those CTs to go for that long
No van a tener
all the way
tanta
around
will
those
ellos.
double
Van a
teams.
tener
Yeah, a
M4.
lot of time
Como-
for sure.
Pero bueno,
Interesting
rotísima la
idea
arma.
for
pero-
Liquid to go for the 3
Por detalles, por detalles. Igual perdemos la ronda. ¿no? Esta baja. Esa baja no.
And I wonder if they were just following the frags or if the plan was from the beginning to split mid through towards the B site. But that would have been an interesting pistol to watch unfold.
Primer mapa,
for
es primer
9Z
mapa.
are the victors of it, but instead Liquid tie up. And 9Z surprisingly will actually not buy. They're going to wait for a better situation. I think I would buy in this spot like 10 times out of 10. A bomb plant
Ahí está.
in
Le
the
dan a
second
Romy.
round after losing on T-side pistol because the CT's guns are, you know, rarely going to be this bad.
Creo
And
que es
the
CT,
utility is
¿no?
rarely going to be this low. There is support here from Elysian Forest. He's not ready to peek until someone is spotted from cave.
Oh, clean Famas kill for Mosi.
Lindo tiro. Y overtime sería demasiado.
And that's now man down. Still a couple flashbangs to play with. There's a little life in this one, but Shox just walking around, man. He's been doing a good job, I think, of that. Either at the front of the pack or even in his mid rounds, and that pistol as
Sería
well.
loco, o sea.
You know, he saw him execute
Vale, es que te
somebody
mete.
down
No,
the base of
era el
mid.
timing, boludo.
Shox was doing his own thing.
Bien.
And it works out.
Bueno, matamos
Actually
uno.
gonna get the 2 kills to close
Malísimo
this.
igual, pero-
Will the A1S be retrieved?
Pero bueno, dale. Ronda Bull.
It's left in the dirt as
Ronda
Liquid
Bull.
hope to do the same to 9Z. 1 round lead, though. Nothing massive.
Yeah. One of their blow-up games was that Shock's showdown match on Ancients, where he just struggled so much on CT side to become
Más TT que CT, vos
playing
decís.
inside of cave.
Bueno, puede
Or,
ser.
of course, it was an online match and he had to fly to NA within like 1 day. So
Puede ser, la
you know,
verdad
the
que.
headspace wasn't there and they all weren't in person. I wouldn't expect that to be the same case today, but it'll be huge for Shocks, I guess, to play well against an elimination match in the same
Bueno,
spot.
corrieron más que cantadísimo que es acá, ¿no?
Here it comes, quick one. Donut already smoked off. OC is just going to run right in with that flash support.
Bien.
DGT with the headshot.
Uno por
and
uno y
Nitro
quedó uno
denies the bomb
tocadísimo.
plant.
Eso es una pija, pero
It's
bueno.
going to cost them more utility, and Nitro now
Bueno,
busy.
buena David, buena David.
David gets the best of Naf. Elige, quick trade.
Estamos en igualdad de condiciones.
Locks in the temple
Hay
control
que plantar.
at the very least, and Nitro
¿Qué
is
más
going
que?
to throw
Ay,
that
no.
volley down.
Bien,
Oh,
bien.
DGT wins a
Nice,
fight with
nice.
only 5 points of health.
It wasn't even a headshot.
Bien.
Oh, but
Vamos.
that was.
Late
Tranqui,
peek
tranqui,
into
tranqui.
the drop of Shocks. Last
Lo comes.
man's Nitro.
Bien,
They know where
bien.
he's
Oh my
at, and
God.
they deal with that. 9Z's first gun round on this
Bien, bien,
side
bien, bien,
buys
bien.
us
Espectacular.
again.
Damn, that's a couple of
Estamos en
weird
partido,
flips
estamos en
there.
partido.
OC used so many bullets and then just got hit in the head after a flash
A ver,
expired.
¿van a tener plata o no? Ellos, a
When he
ver.
was trying to clear the A side, a totally valid peek by him, but he
¿Cómo
just
corrieron y no? Y pasaron nomás
finished
directo.
the frag and then
No entiendo una goma,
yeah,
dice
Shox
Mau.
went down. He almost timed his push perfectly, just a
Eh,
second earlier
Bueno,
than the
están
guy
con
coming
poca
out
plata.
mid, even though he
Están
waited for
con
so long, but his
pistols,
teammates were
quiero
just
decir.
dying over in the A site, and he needed to make a move. That is a huge round for 9Z to be able to pick up, and the
Bien.
money's already bad for Liquid. So maybe it was a good
Hay
idea.
que tener cuidado, hay que
for
tener
them
cuidado. Hay
to
que
save
tratar de no
up,
perder armas.
DGT dunks on Elige in the cutout.
Sacó info. Creo que los vio.
5-7, P250, that's it.
Bien,
Utility
bien, bien.
Impactful so
Bien.
far dealing with this anti-eco.
Juego con paciencia.
Nitro pressed close.
En la misma
and his
facción que yo,
support
Nitro.
smoked off. As Rock serves up into
Bien,
Shox, his
bien,
Mouse
bien,
players
bien,
come
bien.
outwards, and it is
Listo,
an
listo.
open B bomb site and a clearing of the
Listo.
counter-terrorists.
Bien jugado,
On the line
bien
for
jugado,
9Z.
con
You
paciencia,
said it,
bien,
they
bien.
had to be a two-sided team.
Vamos, viejo.
T-side,
Vamos.
so far, so good.
Yeah, that's
So
a
far,
really good
so good.
recovery really early on in the half.
Vale, llegamos a los 2 dígitos. 6 ronditas. A 6 ronditas de estar 1-0. Vamos. Pensemos así.
I think a little bit more to see from 9Z before Liquid get tilted off into oblivion, but
Sacaré la mierda.
They'll jump if you give them a chance.
we're never far.
Yeah.
We're
Pidió
never
pausa
far.
líquida. Uy, lo importante que es esta ronda, no se dan una idea. Digamos, si ganamos esta ronda, podríamos estar en 12 ya.
Put it together. We're just a few nades short of an entirely healthy buy, but still.
Bueno, que Rox
decent
tiene
enough.
Mac, no me gusta mucho el Mac, pero para correr a la P
Liquid
puede
was looking
servir.
for 10. And I think this is where we'll see a more standard round. I mean, it'll be 9Z to determine the pace if they want to go fast here, but bomb splits off from the pack, so you know this one might take a second. I like the idea from 9Z to play it slow.
Sí, sí, es que estaba pactado a las 9:15, pero se adelantó.
Honestly,
sí.
spectacular, even if they haven't been winning a lot of their games. You could argue the calling hasn't been the problem.
El tema es que es
necessarily.
difícil jugar cuando los CT están full build, digamos. Si se posicionan bien los CT y cubren bien, es complicado ganar una ronda así.
And this is
Además,
that
este
more
vago que
standard
pega una
kind of
locura.
brokey way of playing the A site. He has to split his
O sea, no
attention
te
between
perdona
boost
una el Ozzy.
and A, but as long as he has donut, he has this angle open, and there is no pressure on mid from 9Z to take him off this spot.
Should be able to lock it in.
Ahí le tenés. Oh. Bien, erró.
This is the
Chau,
first
chau,
one.
chau. Bien. Ah,
Elijah will
igual.
kill Max in the meanwhile, and OC is pushed all the way from this. Nitro waiting.
Igual no. Oh, no, nos recagan.
Oh,
Con
DGT's
eso.
gonna get the. No, not even. Oh, nice double.
Qué
Nitro
paja, boludo.
stops the bomb in what felt like that final second. They really did not seem to, expect that threat from
Qué paja,
Donut
boludo.
whatsoever.
Bueno,
Yeah,
perdidísima
they
esta
should
ronda.
have because they didn't go to mid, they didn't clear out donut, and they saw one A player.
And
so,
Nitro's played close up to that exit already.
right. So that the thing
No,
was,
0-5,
they could have
boludo, no
pulled off
bajamos a
an
nadie.
exact same
Tenemos
explode
plata todavía.
with
Hay plata para sacar
smokes
2
that
rondas
came
más
out
por ahí.
afterwards and got the bomb down from there, but that did look a little bit desperate.
Pero es lo que te digo, si los vagos
Try to win the round. We
piquearon
saw them win in a
Ancient y
fashion
juegan
like that
bien Ancient los
recently,
vagos
so
de ST.
maybe they wanted to give it a shot.
Supongo
And of
que-
course, OC not getting a kill could scare Liquid, and they pushed him back out of Temple, so there was at least that. And if the bomb had gone down, then there would be no need for anybody else to sacrifice themselves. They could all go for cover, and there are plenty of good post-plant positions to play.
Y la verdad que sí.
Back and forth affair.
No, sí está
Push up in the
llegándonos.
caves.
Yéndonos.
Naf making a bit of sound here.
Yendo a
and being
Ten
patient as ever.
Ah, pero bien bagre vos. A la 1 te levantaste, parece.
Shocks could just
Ronda
lock into
tense,
this
bro.
position till the end of time if he wants to.
Yeah. So see, I mean, they go for that kind of lap around B, but they leave one person here. Shox can be a lurker at the end of the round. He can also fight early, but at the very minimum, he'll get information. There is a timing on side of middle, but of course, Liquid are aware of it entirely.
Ah, loco,
and
ya
Shox
nos
gets his kill
bajaron
outside
uno.
of B.
No, it's all about this crossfire from the counter-terrorists. Cool smoke that goes over and blocks off the back of the B site, but not clearing corners will cost you. Lethal 2K from Naf shuts down the second prong
No,
of this
no,
assault
hicieron
on the
mierda,
A
loco.
site. Now it's a 2 versus 5, and it
Dos
screams.
tocados, hermano. 1 de vida que das, la puta que te parió. Moriste, forro. El otro también. No murió el de 1 de vida encima. Pame bien los huevos. Ya.
And that is just Shox finding his nice easy kill outside of the B site. And Nav, dude. He had a teammate to draw them into that spawn, served up a distraction so he could serve the 2K.
Yeah, they gave him no resistance in mid, so they said, hey, come on and go for this push, and then they had something ready to stop it. But the best part of all is you wouldn't want to dedicate 2 players to watching that timing for the whole round. But what took the edge off was the fact that Shox got his kill outside B. Not only getting that kill, but also maintaining that there's still nobody else there and no one refrags him. So very standard and very easy round from Liquid. And I think that's something that brings the mood up.
Estamos más en la B, menos plata, menos armas, nada.
I feel like they're back in the power position. Yeah, they're only 1 round ahead, but I think mentally, I think they'll, they have every right to feel good about that, especially with how the past 2 have gone.
No bajaron a Lucan.
Shocks
Por la coca.
could be
Miedo y
stepping
plata
up
nunca
before he
tuve.
start pushing out. He
Nunca
doesn't really
mejor
have
dicho.
support here. Gonna throw Max at the front. Shocks. Oh.
Ay, no, no puede ser, no puede
Locked
ser.
in one, and that quick
Puede
second
ser,
into
amigo.
Max. Just destroys any chance, dude.
Posta, no
what
revisan
a
las
false
esquinas,
sense
boludo.
of
Es-
security they have as they come around that corner. Oh, Shocks isn't on ledge?
He just barely got him.
Dude, he's just
barely.
squeezing,
Slippery
sucking in the
Shocks.
stomach, man.
Yeah.
Nicely played by
Era muy
Shocks.
apagado. El
Felt as though
de
they
ayer
had
era
movement,
para
felt as
ganarlo,
though they
viejo.
were
Era
coming.
para
That
ganarlo el de
sixth
ayer. O
sense
sea,
from
es-
Shocks was tingling.
o
And
sea,
now cleans
no
up
jodamos,
Shock
era.
to close that one. Liquid now a 2-round lead as 9Z come back with guns.
But I definitely like Shock seeing.
Frank Caster está rompiendo el establecimiento. Yo sé que no lo vi a Frank Caster, después lo tengo que ver a ver cómo reacciona.
Of course, can trust himself.
Estamos fuera, no,
Fast,
viejo,
bro.
pará.
Oh, look at the pressure on mid from the CT
Partidos
side.
se juegan
The
hasta que
T's are out
terminan.
here. DVC has got some vision, but there isn't a clamp down outside B just yet. I mean, these nades are still fresh.
OC made it over the boxes.
Wow, I like this setup a lot, actually.
With Shocks watching his back.
Yeah, it looks scary. That gun might be sticking out, but I don't think they saw it. Nosi's still alive, and they didn't approach mid as well. Yeah, Liquid are getting them to do exactly what they want.
Now on top of that, we get this push down from Naf. So the moment OC makes next contact, Shocks is going to serve up another, quick distraction, and Naf looking to be the killer of whatever is left. OC drop shot, Naf primes his peak, 2 for him, and that is wonderful from Team Liquid.
Wow.
Like
No,
you
no,
said,
están
man,
pasando por
that's
encima.
exactly what they want.
Yeah, that was a really cool setup. I like that. I think that's
El
HM
primer
at its
mapa
best.
es
Or
el
some
que
map
piqueó
that's
Liquid.
really
Vamos
rough around
a
the edges, but there are so many
Quedó
cool
overpass
dynamic
después.
CT setups where
Esperemos que
people
lo
can
hagan.
all appear to be out in the open, but can work in perfect combination, actually have tons of cover, whether you realize it or not.
Qué ganas de cabecear
If
para
that
que
rifle
tiene.
was spotted in the corner, all that would do is lure you into a false sense of confidence that you could walk up and kill that player. In fact,
Está
it's being
pasando igual que
watched. There's a
ayer.
way out in
Ayer
mid
fue más
for the
close
Alpha,
igual,
or
pero
Cave as well. And 9Z are mad.
hay que ganar
They're
ya
gonna
una
come in
ronda.
and
No,
try to
hay que
get
ganar
some
ya,
back
mirá.
fast, but
No
they're
puede
getting shut
ser.
down. It's a wall put up from Liquid.
Metió
Max and Lucan are
dos
left
cocos
alive.
en una
Yeah,
misma
we're already
spray.
in the final moments of the game now.
9Z showing us a little life at the start of this T side. Weapons worked well for them with that A hit, but ever since then, just Liquid leaning into it. Naf.
Lo que está jugando de GT este mapa, 21 bajas lleva, casi una por ronda.
And he's been a part of almost all the plays. Coming off of that shelf to clean up the anti-ecos. That last ramp push was a beauty of a 3K. And here he is yet again, just racking up the easy ones. And even this is being covered, right? That's such nice tethering from Team Liquid's players, even in the rounds that are supposed to go their way.
I think there's a lot to be learned about,
Totem con
9Z
negro.
watching Liquid play right on the CT side.
Primer mapa, Cintia.
Based
Sí.
on what I talked about in that first half, the early portion of the round look almost identical from what Liquid and 9Z are doing. The difference is that Liquid used that map control to escort
5
someone
acá,
into a
boludo.
position.
Ya está, si no ganamos esta, listo.
Usually that's been shot.
No hay
They
chance.
had that 3-man setup outside.
Último tirito que
outside.
tenemos.
And then the setups you use is what defines you as a team. Your early grenades.
Usaría la mufa, pero no, nada. Creo que
But
nada
Liquid
funciona.
are kind of doing both things right now, and it's working out very well.
Leash with the decoy into the smoke play. Oh, and he just owns him.
That crosshair placement. No, I can't believe he survives that. The crosshair placement was really good, though.
So good. He knew what he wanted, and he got it. Nicely done by Alish here. CT's press close. Drop bomb. OC landing a critical op shot in a
Ay,
crucial
no lo va a
round.
ver. No me diga que.
DGT waits for that push, but instead catches the player just outside of Temple. And that shocks back
26 de
to the
vida,
quarter
boludo. También
HP
están teniendo
as
suerte
Nitro
por ahí.
continues this onslaught, this consistency in re-aggressions from different angles to keep 9Z just pulled apart. They can't get next to each other, and yet they'll still fight their damnedest. Into the 2v2 they go. And
Ese 4 está re dropeado igual.
Now OC, he's making a ton of sound, and that's locked in.
No, pero espera, déjalo pasar si no te había visto, mi amor.
Has redirected again to grab that bomb on
Un
B.
infarto, boludo. No puede ser, lo dejabas pasar,
So
amigo.
of course the first site could be B. At this point in the round, it could have gone anywhere.
Ya sabe que es ahí, no.
Grenades coming down.
Ay, me va a dar un infarto, boludo.
We'll have to work on the retake.
Very important clutch here for 9Z and for David. He's got the smoke and the double flash, and he goes for the deeper lanes.
But Nafly also
Bueno,
has
la
a
ganó
swing.
Liquid, loco. 15-10.
Oh,
15-10.
Yeah, this could be tricky for him based on the plan.
Primer
Maybe
mapa
swing
para
that
Liquid
back
ya.
around to a more
Verga.
standard location.
Naf already out. Oh, he saw it. He saw it on the cross, and as Naf goes to clear the
Oh,
back
wow.
box, David shoots him in the
Tranqui.
back and
2v4.
gives
Bien, bien,
9Z
bien.
another
Bien.
little chance. And that is a 2v4 that kind of equals things out. Remember, Liquid had one in the first half
Tienen,
as
mirá la
well.
guita que tienen, igual, la puta madre,
Goes
loco.
around, comes around for 9Z. Still trailing by 3.
Yeah, and even though Liquid lose, they actually have so much money left over. Almost all the rounds have been dominant. So 9Z, you know, they still have a fair few
¿Qué onda,
dollars
Stone?
to chew through to earn themselves an eco round.
Tienen plata para sacar hasta el
It'll still be
final.
an uphill
Hay
climb.
que ganar. Lo veo complicadísimo, hijo. Es más, les diría que ya ganó el mapa líquido.
Ostensible pressure here from the CT side, inside a middle, towards elbow,
Great nades.
leaving shocks inside donuts. Now not pushing down, and 9Z are beating the clock a bit better here.
¿Qué tiene mitad de vida, Max? La puta madre. ¿Qué se comió una
Towards B
nade?
control. It's just that Liquid
Luque también está
have
tocado.
shown their teeth doing this so many times now. They can pull back a bit.
Ah, lo escucharon. Este
They're
gordo,
really
como.
scouring out the elbow, aren't they? DGT up close.
I mean, making a ton of sound. Ozzy on high alert. Nice push from Shocks as
Two
well.
more spotted on top of it.
Simultaneous frags
corriendo.
out from Liquid. And a chance to just puncture into this B site. They feel like they've got to before the full squeeze comes in from Liquid. And there it is. 2 more kills.
15 segundos.
Dropped bomb on site. No further chance. And
Tac
Team Liquid,
necesitamos.
4
Yeah.
map points
Qué
here
pija,
on
loco.
H.
Wow, they lock it down. No, that's beautiful. Another round that's super good. And yeah, as soon as 9Z aren't even in middle at all, which they need to be working way harder to get Liquid back in the first portion of the round. But, you know, it's easier said
Sí,
than done. Definitely
totalmente la
playing
razón,
very well
Frank.
right now.
Totalmente. Totalmente.
And they're just letting 9Z know, don't come middle, don't come middle. Even though there are, as we see,
A ver,
chances.
gente, por nombres Liquid le pasa el trapo al 9Z. Por nombres. A ver.
Liquid are swinging the bat.
Ooh, and 9Z gonna try to swing it right back. Oh, the Mac 10
Oh, the
comes up
flash.
short, and
¿Cómo se baja dos,
Shoxy,
boludo?
2
La
kills
puta madre.
from the corner. Close rotations as well. Max under a world of pressure as Nap comes in with the close.
Primer mapa para
Nitro,
Liquid.
cherry on top, and
Qué
Team
pija,
Liquid
hermano.
will
Qué
pick up their
poronga,
map
qué
pick.
bronca. Pero.
Done and dusted here on HM.
That was good. I mean,
Está bien, es el
no
mapa que
super
picaron
strong
ellos,
from
pero
Liquid.
igual,
They
igual, ganable.
started out
Regalamos.
0-5.
¿Cuántas
They
rondas
have a
regalamos
really
ese
strong
T?
T side
Se
to
tira
bring
para
it
meter
back.
11,
I mean,
10, 11
in terms
rondas.
of the quality
Pero.
of rounds we saw, Liquid, I think, are going to feel good about
No, no,
it.
a ver, por nombre nos vio.
Marginally close
¿Cuándo
by the
volverá?
scoreline, but overall, like full control from Liquid once they took a lead.
Dale, dale, yo confío que podemos. El segundo mapa lo podemos ganar. Y ir al Decider de Mirage, que bueno, puede pasar cualquier cosa.
Yeah. I'm not sure if
Sí,
it's
Bless,
on
sí,
or
sí,
not,
totalmente.
but
Vas
I can't
perdiendo.
anyways, but if it's not, just in case. So
Quedan,
we'll
o
say,
sea, perdemos rondas cuando ellos quedan uno vivo, o
your
cosas
way,
así, o dejarlos
play.
tocados.
And
Eso te va
Okay, and
degradando el
might
match,
be
te lo va
Yeah,
inclinando
turns out
para,
if you step
para el
on things, they
contrario.
don't work as well. Let's get shit sorted, and we'll see you guys in the second map. It
No
is
creo que no
going
tengan ganas de jugar.
to
No
overpass.
creo. Para mí están poniendo todo lo que puedan. ¿Qué quieren que les diga? Pero bueno. Al pegar juega también. Hay que acordarse de eso. Sí, sí, están ahí los vídeos están decaídos. ¿En cuánto es el otro match? No, ahora vamos a ver, pero en breve, supongo. Supongo que va a ser en breve. Ahí están los highlights. Jueguito. Esta es la última ronda. Hay una promo. ¿Qué pasó? Hay una promo Major. Si te toca contra 900 te lleva una victoria asegurada. Bueno, Renegade ya quedó afuera. Están decaídos por rezaga, eso pega. Obvio que también. Obvio, eso afecta mucho al coach. No sé en cuánto será. Ahora nos vamos a enterar. Por favor, lo único que les pido, ganen un mapa. Ganemos un mapa, loco. Ganemos un mapa. Ayer estuvimos a nada. Hoy hay que ganar un mapa. Ni siquiera te pido el BO3, un mapa. Un mapa. ¿Qué me pone de publicidad, loco? El que está bien es de GT. Todos los mapas estuvo bien. ¿Hay otra partida mientras? Force Vitality. Dejamos esto antes de que arranque el segundo mapa, que van a demorar 5 o 10 minutos por ahí.
Takes all that
Black
space on the
clip.
back of the AWP bullet, just whizzing over the top of him, and Shalfie's Deagle's found another. 15's
Bueno, los dejo un segundito, gente. Me voy a ir al baño que me estoy remeando. Los dejo ahí con Force Vitality.
1v5, they're right behind you. They're going B apartments. There is no red carpet. There is no escape pod. Zywoo's got to fight for survival in a wave-based attack game. Apps first, and Norway closes. He has been the quietest guy across this entire series, and he's come alive on Mirage, man. Top of his team, winning clutches, winning decos, most importantly. Both the rounds that he's won pretty much single-handedly have been off the back of his Deagle. Look at this shot to start. Apex dropping under, Jerry the acrobat, and Norway carries on with that picked-up gun to close out 2 and deny the AWP save. You're right, this isn't done. Vitality, they got to work for every round. Suddenly their money's drawn into question.
Dude, this is kind of an awkward spot. Like, if Force were gonna launch a comeback, they've got all the prerequisites, right? They've got Vitality on the edge of their seat. They've got them believing, oh, if we can just get that 1 or 2 rounds we need to get this one over the line. And that hunger comes at a cost.
Warp located, thank you to that one flashbang for Sorty. It's not much of a surprise that it's back on ticket, but at least it's confirmed. That's going to help Force lean into this B execute. Window smoke comes in from the spawn. Shalfie again lurking Palace, needs to try and find impact earlier in the round. Can't afford to be a backstab in this one. If his team do fall, he'll be left looking alone, looking lost. But they actually want to split A. They're not going for the B attack. Shalfie's picked Apex out of sandwich again. Apex dead first for Vitality, and Force are poised for this A attack.
Vamos, muchachos, vamos.
Yeah, dude, I mean, this is gonna be really
Dale, loco, dale, dale, dale. Arriba, arriba. Loco, dale. Hay que apoyar, en los peores momentos tendría que apoyar, viejo. Porque bien que todos festejaron cuando clasificamos al Major. Dale, loco. Están representando a la región, no solo a Argentina. Uruguay, Chile, todos los países que no sean Brasil, básicamente, Hispanoamérica, inclusive España. Hasta la última gotita, Axel. ¿Qué pensás, igual? ¿Qué onda? A ver, 9Z cuando empieza. En 10 minutos 9Z, dale, 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 loco. Mientras miramos Force. O sea, porque para criticar es fácil, viejo. Yo también desde acá sentado veo todo el juego. O sea, puedo ver a los rivales. Claro, claro, es fácil. Pero no, viejo, están dejando la vida. O sea, obvio que están decaídos, obvio lo que vos quieras, pero los vagos están... Es su sueño este, digamos. No creo que estén jugando desganados a propósito. No les salen las cosas, juegan contra buenos rivales, contra buenos jugadores, contra los mejores del mundo. Para entrar en la Major tenés que estar mínimo top 30 del mundo. Y estos pibes lo están. Sí, sí, era el cuarto, pero se adelantó. Ya vamos 0-1. Hay que apoyar la selección. Lindo partido este, ¿eh? Partido muy trabado. Me gustaría que gane Force, porque lo puse en el pick-em. Aunque a Vitality también lo puse, pero prefiero Force. Claro, están jugando en un alto nivel. Y tampoco es que están dando asco. O sea, ustedes entiendan. A ver, contra Ens, bueno, nos pasaron por encima. Los 4 del mundo. Parecían un partido dentro de todo cerrado. No. ¿Qué pone Apex? Pone Apex. ¿Qué fue eso?
That flick, those shots, that might have set Vitality up. It's
Hermano, vos me estás jodiendo. Tres singlazos metieron. Le puede dar el match esta Vitality y la clasificación a la próxima ronda. Ahí viene el Eduardo Staigo. Mira. Es que ni él lo puede creer. Ni él lo puede creer. Van 2-0 cada uno. Pero vos me estás cargando. Ganó la ronda con eso. Ganó, y este también, Misuta, pero... Mano, me está jodiendo lo que pone.
No better position for Vitality to be in. Eco wins have been frequent in this third map. Almost non-apparent, almost non-existent.
Si gana este partido 9Z, juegan tercer mapa. Si gana Liquid, Liquid sigue jugando y 9Z queda eliminado. Hoy la pongo, está diciendo. Si pierden mínimo cada vez se atropa con un rival, pero claro, hay que derramar sangre, hay que dejarlo vida. Sí, el J la verdad que... 9Z, falta nada. En 6 minutos. Estamos mirando esto de momento. Vamos a aprovechar y vamos a ver los matches mientras. Acá están. Si 9Z pierde queda 0-3. Lo mismo con Liquid. Es así. Estos son los resultados de hoy, a ver. Para, quiero ver esto que está tenso esto. Sí, es una poronga en modo claro, ¿viste? El HLTV. Lo tenían Dark, pero desde que formateé no lo cambié, por eso. Tengo que instalarme la extensión. Sí, muchachos, quiero aprovechar para decirles que aunque quede eliminado 9Z, voy a seguir streameando directos de la Major. Sobre todo los partidos que van a empezar el sábado, el viernes, sábado y domingo, creo. Bueno, puede ser el mapa y la clasificación para Vitality. Tito, ponete la 10 no sé de coach así ganamos. Y yo motivación les voy a dar. ¿Se hace el clutch o no? Clasifica Vitality. Bueno, pará, tranquilo. Listo, clasificó. ¿Qué onda? ¿Sigue el directo? ¿Qué onda? Bueno, yo saco esto a ver si... Acá sigue, acá no se cayó. Bueno, sí, se me está cayendo. Creo que el directo está bien igual, ¿no? ¿O no? A ver. Sí, el directo está bien, pero anda trabado esto, no sé por qué. Voy a bajarlo. No, está en 480 igual, demasiado. Más quiero. No, estamos bien. Cuando vuelvan a dar, aplausos a 9Z, sí, obvio. Bien. Estamos. 4 minutitos, gente. Pagate una net decente. Pagámelo vos, viejo. O hosteame en tu casa y dame eso, como es 500 megas. Y tenés. Dale stream desde allá. A 1080, 60 FPS sin warps, nada. Hermosura. De acá tengo que streamear a 720 ahí. Porque no te digo que me ha trabado, pero va a dar unos tironcitos cada tanto o me bajan los FPS. Sobre todo cuando juego. Ahora podría streamear más, pero tampoco es necesario.
Welcome back to the PGL Antwerp
¿Cuánto tenés internet? 40, 30/40, ponele, que tengo. No llega más acá donde estoy. ¿Cómo que se gana?
He said nothing, man. That's not what I'm
No, ¿por qué la ligo yo, Stone? ¿Qué onda? No.
home.
Unfortunately,
Well, no, not them either, Longers. 9Z, Liquid, neither want to be here, but here we are anyways. And Renegades, they were the first team eliminated.
Por uno, por dos, así se apuya.
Feels like 9Z could be in that same boat if Liquid are able to show us again here on Overpass.
Mirá el gordo Lautaro, mirá el gordo.
On Ancient. Yesterday,
¿Estás en clase? Ah, no, estás en receso, ¿no?
and now
Está perdiendo el primer mapa, imbécil.
the second map where obviously 9Z want to take this battle.
I'm down. I think this will be great. Looking forward to 9Z playing on this map, and you know, I mean, both. Yeah, this video is actually.
¿Alguna sesión nueva, algún spoiler del canal que quieras hacer? ¿A qué te referís, Bless? Si tengo algo pensado nuevo para el canal. MZ ya hizo un montón, primer mayo que jugaron bien, esta es la primera. Sí, totalmente. Tengo que decir, Lautaro, ganamos Overpass. Hay que ganar con autoridad, viejo. Quiero un 16-5. Sí, muchacho.
Yeah, I think Overpass, if there's one map in this series that I'm gonna
Necesito mandar un saludo a mi vieja que está viendo el anillo conmigo.
makes sense, it is
Bueno, no sé cómo es el nombre de tu vieja,
issues with
pero le mando un saludo a la mamá de
play the IM Dallas.
Franco Quiroga. Ahí está. Un saludo para ella, que
And I'm no
gran fan del Counter-Strike.
I mean like they blew up.
Yeah, like they were the car.
Se viene OnlyFans de Cirito. ¡Epa!
Tatters.
Sí, ¿cómo me ven? Mirá. ¿Cómo estoy?
Rebounded within
¿Cómo estoy para...?
that's why I still think 9Z have definitely got their hands full tonight. But if 9Z are going home and
Para estar en Zunga.
map of Counter-Strike, it should happen here and now on Overpass. And if Dust 2 was our decider, then I would, you know, be a little
Vende algo de tu contenido si se suscriben a los pibes. Sí,
but
sí, Bless, tendría que...
and needs to
La verdad.
be 9Z's best
Tendría que preguntarles qué les gustaría también.
having swapped out primary star
Vamos, arranca, viejo.
leaders coming into this run at the major and still being here. It is do or die.
Me pidió algunas extra... Dale, loco, dale.
Yeah, Dust 2 would have been a banger over in third.
Yo te pido, podemos ganar una pistol.
For sure.
It's what I wanted, but I think Liquid did a good job of dodging it.
Yes.
Que se ve como, o sea, se ve peor que, no sé.
Haven't seen Liquid in
Ahí está.
mode,
Ahí se ve mejor.
so I don't have any doubts about Liquid at the moment. We saw really strong Ancients. We saw them come back into the game. Saw them take control. We saw plenty of good rounds.
Yep.
Lots of inspired setups. You know, as opposed to uninspired CS, which we talk about sometimes. And I think Overpass would be a good redemption for them as well. Their image overall. So
Especially to just put that, you know, that further gap between them.
clap.
Bien, Lucan.
Lucan, nice P250.
Bien, David.
David. Big with
Bien,
the-
David.
Now we've got OC now.
Se cae.
Headshot
Listo.
in his name, but quick trade and a quick
4v1.
after what was
A mí rotamos.
Everybody was
Por favor, limpiame ahí. Limpiame ahí, no me jodas. Limpiame ahí.
Who was it that did the flip up headshot? Okay, Max can clear. Oh,
No, hermano, no. ¿Cómo puede ser? No, amigo.
does
Hoy van a plantar ahí encima la recajeta del choto.
Max this man?
Bien. No, ay, bien. Ay, casi se cae. Me hizo acordar a mí en las pistols.
The whole time, man.
Well, something could have been
Bien,
magical.
perdón, estaba abajo.
Instead, it's kept simple and cut down short. 9Z, take T-side pistol.
Yeah, that was a good one. Look at that clap from Lucan.
Yeah, that was a free man.
A ver las preguntas que estaba leyendo. Sí, vendí las Danger Zone ya, Facu.
Sudden battle.
Bien ahí que sacaste profit.
Holds outside connector.
Mejor jugador argentino. Está difícil, o sea, Luken, pero en el mejor nivel, o sea, y no estaría en el mejor nivel ahora.
Anytime at all.
And that's not how he got that far. Buy-in from Liquid. Scout on Elite.
¿ENS o G2?
4 shocks.
Buena pregunta.
The old D gone OC. Nice
G2 me
grenades.
llegaron que
Off
juegan
a bit of
muy
damage
bien,
here versus
pero
Max.
parejo.
Shock's gonna push up close versus David.
Right.
Again! He's just gonna shoot him in the back of the head and double
bien la
down
verga,
into
shots.
Lucan. Not to mention, Max is still heavily tagged in this instance, so DGT with the
Una
response
más,
is
una
pretty
Ooh,
big.
That was a bit extra. Oh, that's a
Vamos,
little bit
papá,
extra.
vamos,
Very
vamos.
free. They didn't have all the
Chete.
guns, but oh, they were still worried about Monster.
Tienen,
And
pues yo
cover
tenía
that.
P, yo dije, ¿de dónde sacó
AK
plata?
and bomb. Oof. Maybe it was an opportunity just to snowball that round, but the 2 MP9 kills from Shocks were huge, money-wise.
He must have been slimming down lately.
Se la pasaron de jugar a clasificar en vez de practicar. Y bueno.
Especially bottom of Ancient as well when he tucked into the corner.
Tampoco tenían mucho tiempo, 2 semanas creo que
Doing
tenían.
Shocks.
Por ahí, o 3
Slim
semanas.
fast Shocks.
Bro, watch a Liege get 3.
I mean, he could get 1.
That's the first bit of damage. 2 players,
Está
a single
cantado, por
shot,
lo
and they're
menos.
dead. Oh, he will get rocked at
Ábranse
least,
todo
but
y rompan
nice
de
little
la cola.
pack mentality there from 9Z. Everybody comes out. Everybody shoots down a Liege. And 2 survive for 9Z as they take their second round.
Yes, yes. Very good recovery.
Piense que esto es
From Shoxy.
para que empiecen a conocer a la región. Primer equipo argentino, bueno, de habla hispana, de Latinoamérica, que clasifica sacando a Brasil. La guita que va a levantar 9Z por las cápsulas. Hay un lado económico también. Nos conoce el mundo de a poco. O sea, existimos, digamos. Eso le estamos mostrando al mundo. A pesar de que me encantaría romper el orto y traer la Copa Argentina a Sudamérica. Pero bueno. Dale, loco, lleguemos a los 100 likes. Porque Romina prometió algo bastante hot. Si ganas algo no es que vas a mejorar algo ya. Que me cree. ¿No te parece descansarme por ser argensimio? Dale, muchacho. Ay, no, no. Están todos ahí encima de la puta. Corre, corre, corre. Loco. Vos me estás diciendo... Complicadísima esta ronda. Hay que tirar, no tenemos más utilidad. No hay más utilidad. No. Perdimos la ronda. No. Joder. Perdemos un eco, boludo. No puede ser que perdamos un eco. Empieza el maratón de las rondas boludas. Madre.
OC2, man, keeping it. He's got. Listen, I think OC's pretty sick with pistols.
Yep.
Pretty damn sick.
What about rifles?
Te saludamos en un video.
What? So they're gonna say pretty sick too. Okay.
Not awful. I mean.
And then I was gonna go, what about op?
Now is yeah. I just want to see him on an op more than anything. I want to see them flex.
Flex.
Give me them sick flex.
Flex.
Solo AK here for DGT, the raid boss. Couple Desert Eagles. Decent util, you know, smoke that.
Estamos perdiendo porque no tienen un DT. Bueno, eso es un factor también.
Strat's called. I love that.
Teach him who's boss.
Pero la ronda de recién...
Oh, actually, yeah, Shox is on A.
Just do it.
Yeah. Shox isn't here. You can win now.
50 de vida.
Pepper down to half health.
Un minuto de ronda, vamos.
They resmoked the monster.
T's still holding their nades.
They got
¿Estar negativo yo? No. ¿Cómo voy a estar negativo? Soy realista,
While
digamos.
they carve out information on long A. Haven't gone for that 4-player stack, but the consistency.
Tienen mucha utilidad
utilities.
todavía.
Another
Bueno,
smoke in
les quedan
Monster,
flashes,
another
¿no?
Molotov on short.
Pero quedan
Now
poco
they're
tiempo.
slightly running out of time, but there are no resmokes remaining for Team
Porque hay 3
Liquid.
en B igual para hermano. O sea,
So it does boil down to
tienen igual.
Max's set of utility here. Double flash for the Monster side.
But look how ready they are. They're so ready.
There's one. Excellent. Elish
Vamos.
blinded. Nice
Bien.
yet to regain vision. Glock is
Bien,
low.
bien.
I'm talking 3 kills.
Bien,
for
loco,
9Z.
bien.
A rotate down from
Y
shots
2 por 2,
into
2 por 2.
connector. Bomb
Ay,
is
no,
going
es que
to
tiene
arrive in
el
time, but
chupapija
OC's
este,
already
como...
posted. And he should be able
error.
to stop that
Ay, no,
shot.
no.
He's going to go for
Mira,
the
mira
peak.
corta,
DGT,
mira corta,
he
por
doesn't
favor.
cover. Still the plant is there. And Shox is now into the cover. DGT 1v2. Shox, little bit of pepper
Está bien,
damage,
está bien,
and
está bien.
Shox
Era una
were
ronda
not
difícil,
there
era una
to
ronda
begin
difícil.
with.
Plantaron,
But once he
bajaron 3.
arrives,
Está bien.
all good.
They literally need Shox.
Está bien, está bien, está bien, está bien.
Too obvious.
Trop facile.
Trop facile.
No estuvo mal, no estuvo mal.
Incredible.
Damn,
Ya
baby.
le ponen el
those two
That
sonido a
was
los
flashbacks.
messy as hell, dude. If Liquid lost that round, they would get eliminated from the major. That's the kind of Liquid we saw yesterday.
What?
No
that
recovery.
was bad. But they had everything. They
Dijo,
even
si perdían esa ronda iba a quedar
it was
eliminado
obvious
Liquid de
that
la
it was
major.
coming. They had the 2 guys monster. They had
Y
one
perder
rifle
una ronda
score.
contra Glocks, Porque teníamos
on
blocks,
the
literal.
pillar in the site, and
Es el primero del
and then they all
BO3. El
just
segundo. El
died. I
segundo.
mean, 9Z, they did what they were supposed to do. They're supposed to wait,
Es el segundo.
draw some utility out, no smokes remaining for the CT side, and then just hit monster. He had no nades to do anything else, but it wasn't supposed to work,
And it nearly did.
if not for shocks. That OC shot? Oh my god. OC, what the hell, man?
Missed that sitter. But he's right back into the AWP and already pulling back from what was
Ese gordito. Oh, sí, gordito tetón.
Simple wouldn't have missed that shot.
Zywoo wouldn't have missed that shot.
Brokey wouldn't
De
have missed that
tirarle
shot.
guasca a los
Searson
ojos para
wouldn't
que
have
no
missed
vea.
that shot.
Shiro wouldn't have missed that shot.
But OC,
OC would have missed. OC did.
objective truth.
Bien,
Elish decides
bien.
to take a fight, gets his
Bien,
head
DGT.
rocked, and suddenly we've got DGT with a double again. And he's trying his damnedest to kick
Limpiame
off
aguas,
this
por
B-site.
favor, te lo pido.
Rotate,
Limpiame
scrambling
ahí.
downwards here. Everybody from 9Z, a
Ya
couple of
rotaron.
seconds
Lo que
behind.
tiene Overpass, muy
Shox
CT porque
is gonna
rotas
challenge
rápido.
right
Bien.
into the crosshair of DGT.
Ay, no se
3
lo van a
kills for
esperar a
him
este, a ver.
already. Naf's position
Encima que-
unknown,
¿lo escuchaste?
falls
¿Lo escuchaste?
down into the
Bien.
corner, and that is all the kills to DGT.
Patea al gordo punto este.
OC
Listo,
hits
listo,
the
listo,
flick
listo.
upwards.
Ya está, ya está.
Bomb inbound,
Ay, no.
and OC sticks around
¿Por qué?
to deny
¿Por qué?
DGT his ace.
Go for it.
5, I think.
Va a ir a
not
buscar,
bad,
nada,
but
va a ir a
still an
buscar.
excellent round from DGT.
O sea, está
And he was
viendo
that
nomás
solo
si
AK in the
puede.
previous round as well.
Ah, este lo come
So
por atrás.
he's off
Bien,
to a
comilo,
great start,
comilo.
9-3,
Ya está esperando que lo
168
flanqueen.
ADR.
Mira, mira.
Yeah.
Se la
9Z
espera.
back to the lead, 3-2.
DGT.
DGT la está rompiendo, la está descosiendo, la verdad.
Really
Ya se
hard
espera,
with
ya
that
se espera que lo vayan a
stance
buscar. Ay, que lo maten a este gordo. Le escuchó
This
la
guy
mira.
trucks.
Le escucha la mira, me parece. Ay. Bien, vamos.
Dem grande
Vamos,
este.
gordo trolo.
All right.
Sí, ahí lo mataron al gordo tetón. LOL player, boludo. Andá a jugar al LOL. Pelotudo.
Meep, move. 9Z back to the lead, huh?
Sin ofender a los que
Yeah,
juegan
no
LOL.
speak English.
Porque yo juego LOL. Viste, empezaban a llorar.
Couple of goose eggs here on Liquid's side. Nitro 0 kills, Naf 0 kills. They'll get that sorted soon enough. But you wouldn't think they'd do it with such measly guns. This time they don't have Shox's MP9. They don't have that scout on a leash.
They messed up on a good setup again.
¿Cómo les
Yeah,
fue a Renegade?
double
Quedó
monster.
0-3.
Ready for the hit,
Lo teníamos en el pick así que golazo.
but DGT.
Yo tuve sensible ojo con eso. Sí, sí, ya sé, ya sé. Encima, lo gracioso es que después me desmonetizan todos los videos. Así que ya ni me caliento yo.
Looks for the melons,
David. Bien.
and they both get popped. Max as well. Easy does it here.
Tranqui, muchachos. Tratemos de no perder buy.
2 for 9Z to just
Y,
convert this into a
relax.
fourth round win.
Bien, viejo, bien. No perdimos un arma. Dale, 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 dale. Esta ronda importantísima. Van a sacar AP y M4.
Lovely. And I think
El gordo 2 iba a sacar AP
this
seguro.
one, so they
A
can
ver,
get
dale,
nades.
saca AP. Ahí está.
Off, of course, comes through. And Nitro will pick up the
Ronda que
rest
nos
of
puede
the
dar más que solo una
and the
ronda.
kids actually absolutely needed to do
Puede
that.
ser bastante anímico esto.
Will instantly
Ellos
go
no
on to
tendrían
the
plata y deberíamos
opportunity
poder
here for
estar
9Z to
6-2 si ganamos esta
snowball
ronda.
heavily.
Pero bueno, seguramente la gane Liquid, así que
Slow
vamos a estar
if they win this
4-3. ¿O no? ¿Qué dicen, chat?
Heavy stack to the B side early, but just DGT going over there on his
Happy
own.
gordo de todo. No. Ahí está, dale un rifle a Luken, dale, dale. Con rifle, vos sos rifle.
Yeah, almost.
DGT's looking for this, but
Vamos,
oh my god, he
vamos.
wins that?
He's on one right now.
Vamos,
He can't
DGT,
really
tenés
stop.
así los huevos, viejo, se te escapan del
Into
box.
that boost. And it looks
Vamos,
like
Liqui,
Economy
todo
was
Racing
like
está
it was like a
con
really
vos.
nice angle from Naf, a more passive one, used the brick wall to block off connector peak.
That's the leverage right there for 9Z. They're grouping up again. We've seen dead moments in the mid-round versus Liquid. Liquid
Se
has
adelantó
seen
Lorenzo,
this
se
exact
jugó antes,
same
se jugó 2 y cuarto el
scenario
primer mapa.
previously. Holding on a short water's a nice response. Their double up on monsters
Bueno.
haven't been working.
4-3 para Liquid, ¿no?
And they
All
think they
these
might be ahead
players.
of
No hay
the
chance
second
de que
team. Now,
no
they can
ganen
still catch
esta
the late
ronda.
player, so the smokes come in. The site's going to be taken over. It's actually not the worst case situation, but they kind of want someone at least around in heaven to keep tabs on who's where.
DGT just throws an entire tool belt of utility and then just locks in deep monster. So OC, he's waiting and he's waiting, but all the while he waits, It's just a
Yeah,
B
there's no-
site taken from 9Z. So OC finally decides to peel those eyes off of that short tunnel, and good thing he does, because he gets the better of Rocks.
¿Por qué murió Luken ahí? La puta madre, boludo. Demoraron en plantar para mí. Ay, la...
So close to death at the depths of
Ay,
Monster.
DGT, tenés que poner, o sea, complicadísimo esta ronda.
And they never saw the cross.
A ver, no, por
Lee's
favor.
looking for players within this site, but it
20
is a really
segundos.
good job of 9Z to just press up closely.
Ay,
DGT
la
will
jugaron-
be found out.
la jugaron
These
perfecto.
players know that their flank is compromised.
Escondete, escondete,
Max
escondete,
slip on
escondete,
graffiti.
escondete.
Nice second headshot into Nitro, and he finds himself in the
Nada, nada, es fake.
1v1.
Confía que es fake. Confía que es
Leash
fake.
comes off a bomb, and Max.
Listo,
he's
listo,
done
vamos,
it.
loco,
1
vamos.
versus 3 inside the B site to
Espectacular,
keep this
Max.
ball
Oh,
rolling.
that second shot was so hot, Max.
Beautiful.
Clipped him, running up to the side of the site. Well done. Floor bang. And he's dead. In this,
Tienen la P, les quedó la P nomás. Pero después no tienen plata para sacar mucho. Vamos a ver qué hacen.
opposite side of the maps, they kept tabs.
Mira,
on
9Z
one
pide
guy
para esta
outside
táctica.
Monster, but
Me gusta,
no
me
one
gusta
to
que
site,
estén
no one
tranquilos.
to put any pressure on as they were coming in. Allowed 9Z to get way too comfortable, especially pushing in towards CT spawn. They had enough players to lose. And of course, a lot of that just comes down to
DGT es lo
Max.
mejor de Arya que Uruguay
His
sabe.
individual skill to win
Ey,
the
ey,
1v3,
mi
but
moderador acá es de
also
Uruguay,
space was
no.
created when they saw the
Al
site
mate,
was empty to begin with. And somehow an op can still be afforded, actually.
Rox está ahí, pero DGT y Max están. Los uruguayos andan
He's the one with
finitos.
armor, and it looks like he also has a mid spawn. So I don't know if he's taking the stairs or taking the actual mid peak, but he's going to do something aggressive with this. So it looks like he's going stairs.
He's got shocks glued to him. Leash. Oh, he lands the shot. Rock's alive. Wallbang damage makes the
Sí
exit
que
a
nos
lot
salvamos
more.
He
esa
actually
baja
went for a
porque
reswing if not for that damage.
30 de vida,
What's he
Rox.
done there from DGT? Just pressure him, scare him.
That op shot looked pretty convincing.
Dejan like, así lo recomienda el chabón. Ahí está, háganle caso a Stone, viejo. Denme like si les gusta el directo.
That's a dink.
Me ayuda muchísimo. Y ya saben, pueden entrar al Discord del canal para no perderse ningún directo o video que suba. Porque voy a estar streamando otros partidos de la Major
Wide
también.
open.
Dale, loco. Pasamos al side, pasamos al side.
Flashbangs just in case, but there is nobody here
Tiene
to
que ser
stop
nuestra
it.
esta ronda.
Rinse and repeat.
And now we're talking 6 terrorist round wins for 9Z.
Yeah.
Rounds deep.
Up.
At the very least.
Perdimos
opposite
Ancient,
board
sí,
for
sí,
Leash,
sí.
So, yeah, sure. I mean, he landed his shot. That could have been the 5v4. But it wasn't enough to kill Rocks. DGT scared him away before the repick could come through.
Están, ¿qué
The
guardan?
repeat
Guardan.
or
A la P nomás
repick,
guardan. Nadie.
or the like I said. Okay, did I not speak clearly?
Tenemos algo de plata.
understand
Ahí
what you
hay
meant.
plata. No hay una locura de plata, pero hay plata.
How do you say repeak in French?
6-2, 6-2.
And see, here's my shortcoming. People always ask, could you cast in French? No, because I
Ponemos la pelota,
I would just start
pensemos.
using all the English Counter-Strike words with a French accent. It's a repeat.
Tienen mucha plata, hicieron.
Hey man, you fed
Pero
the
bueno,
repeat.
no, si ganamos esta ronda sería
Y
pero
vos,
impresionante. O sea, va a estar complicado porque tienen
Oh, that
todos
means I can
full
speak
build ahora.
French too.
Yeah, it's not about
Ganar
what
esta
you
ronda
say, it's
sería-
about how you say it.
Repeak.
You
No
gotta
digo
go
nada, no
hard.
digo nada.
We know you can't. No, that's stop that. Smoke.
That's that was the Brazilian storm
Okay, yeah,
that we've been
it's-
hearing about.
yeah, we're waiting. Latin America's still on the map. 4-round lead over.
Todavía en el mapa Latinoamérica, dice el relator. Se activa el toro y. Mirá, no, es que DGT está desnudo, boludo.
What you got to offer, Shocks? He's currently the most successful player on Liquid.
Cabeza
here on
fría,
Overpass.
pensamientos ambiciosos. Me gusta esa frase.
And he just gets through that smoke, uses it as an exit strategy.
Piensen que el toro estuvo, ¿cuánto? 2 años sin jugar, 1 año y medio. Perdió mucho ahí.
Nice,
Perdió
haven't
mucho
showed us
nivel.
much love for this A site, in fact.
Yeah, it's been good though, right? Because
Hay que jugarla como la jugaba mi BR, boludo. Que la jugaban hasta el segundo 20, te entraban, te la ponían y a comerla,
like
boludo.
double down on it, find new way to win. But when they went for short, 9Z still won.
Porque suben esos
So
stickers de
this is just a
gente.
gaping wound in the mind of Liquid, where they have to overcompensate for B, but they also have to think about A all the time. And we'll see if Liquid, or if 9Z finally pick the right opportunity to attack the A side as well.
Estás para
You know
filosofar,
they're only
Tencho.
doing it because they're supposed to.
30 segundos. Por favor.
Very important for Liquid's confidence to win this. Otherwise, both sides of the map just fully
Complicado,
compromised. And the op is here.
Nicely done from Shocks. Finds his
Oh, the
impact.
op goes down.
Quick
Más.
kills,
Quédate,
now
gordo puto.
swings wide,
Dale.
able to get beyond the
Dale, lo
dumpster,
corren, lo
goes to
corren.
the truck
Ay.
with David in his
Bien.
crosshairs and a little bit more damage too.
Plantamos.
That's Max walking wounded. Luke
Lo
in
esperás,
holding
por
flank.
favor, por
And
favor.
Nitro,
Por favor,
if he's not
por
fast
favor,
about this
por
swing,
favor.
should be a dead man
Sí.
walking. Now it just
Buenísima,
falls
buenísima.
on the shoulders of Elige, 1v3.
Queda Lich solo.
And I don't
Listo,
think
listo,
he likes
listo.
his chances the way he's looking at this smoke. He
Dude.
wants to get out of here, and with that, a 5-round advantage for 9Z. They've hit this B site, they've rocked the A site. They've got this T side under wraps so far.
Yeah, now it's just whatever's easier. That was a solid A hit. They done B over and over again. Bro, where's OC at?
Bien,
man?
viejo,
He's
bien.
gone missing. Those were, I was missing a couple of key shots. The other day we had some trouble on Inferno.
Hay plata, hay plata.
Finding
Ay.
some op impact.
Bien, loco, bien.
Like, so far in the challenger
Vamos,
stage,
loco,
that's
vamos.
not what I expected to
Vamos,
see.
podemos seguir metiendo rondas.
I think the
Importantísima
majority
esta
of his
ronda.
kills so far on this map are from a USB. Got a 2K
on
USB.
the
No mufen,
pistol
no mufen,
or-
no, no,
No,
tranquilo.
that force by the
Perfil
It's
way.
5
bajo.
kills, so you need 3.
Ni cuando perdemos somos los peores, ni ahora somos los mejores. Es eso.
That was a big round, though. You're right.
Nitro 100% does have the same mousepad as Cello.
Vale, les digo, este mapa es la confianza que necesita 9Z. Es este mapa.
Fact.
Dale, dale. Ahí está, ahí está, ahí está.
Getting
Ahí
vocal.
están discutiendo, están aprovechando la cosa táctica, me gusta.
Yeah, man. 9Z's T sides are awesome. Overpass is awesome. This is the map that they beat Vitality on. That was a big win. They're coming up with Try. It's definitely, yeah, map. They've got some.
Ese
massive
teclado vale
focus
más que
on it.
mi
It's the
auto.
one that really made their team who they are. So, very comfortable and looking like it. We'll say
Totalmente,
not the best
Tencho.
form from
Bien.
Liquid, especially considering like when they're in position, they have.
Denle a
right
Luken,
sides,
denle a
know
Luken,
what's
totalmente.
coming. It's just that they still lose. That's where it's a little worrying. Like right there, the rifle op setup, Shops getting a single kill, the op going down one bulleted to an
La
AK.
paró con el pecho,
That's not
hermano.
acceptable.
Ojo, le bajó uno de
Not worked out
HP.
in the long run.
Ya arrancamos bien.
That's not a problem with the setup. So much as the individuals.
OC and Shocks looking to tether nicely, but
Cómanlo,
honestly,
por favor.
Shocks, he's about to
Cómanlo,
get
por
hit from the
favor.
back. Frags go past him. Nice push
Hijo
here.
de
This
puta,
guy
boludo.
will finish off
Visión.
Luken.
Ya sabes que está a la
Honestly,
izquierda.
it's
Sabes que
no
está a la izquierda.
guarantee that Shocks goes down without another, 'cause he just
Ay,
got
lo que
maxed
pone,
out at 50
boludo.
health.
Puta
Suddenly,
madre.
Max wants to run for the hills. Oh, and the nade
No,
from
la
Elige
granada,
through the
boludo.
window. It comes off of short B
Tranqui.
like a homing missile, a bunker buster.
Sabes que te come, sabes que te come.
Connector still being held
Pame
on to
bien
here
la
from
pija,
Shocks.
boludo.
DGT wants to get into the
Bien.
fight, and Shocks
Bien.
has done a world
Vamos.
of damage.
He killed
Ganable todavía.
everybody. I mean,
Estamos en
Dinks
coma,
two
pero
people and got 2 kills. With the MP9 again, man, he's got
Yo
so many
confío.
kills with the MP9.
la MP9 si la sabe controlar te caga
Half
tiros.
by low by that Liquid win, are you kidding me?
But if OC can't land this shot, if they get past OC,
Ay,
then the
pero
A
ya lo
site's
escuchó.
compromised.
Okay,
Ya lo
here it is,
escuchó.
OC.
Ya lo escuchó.
Nice and quiet, that USP, baby.
Oh.
Taps into the head of
Now,
David,
now you're right.
holds, and waits.
Es que había que correr igual.
Flashbang's not a problem as OC locks this in. I'm simply a fortune teller.
4 kills out of 7 at
Qué
least
verga,
with the
boludo.
US.
Hay plata igual, hay
And
plata.
Shocks, all 10 have been MP9, I think.
Yeah, sure.
La podían caminar, yo creo, les quedaban 30 segundos.
All 10.
O sea, está bien que había que apurar, pero bueno, no pasa nada.
No,
Liquid,
Shocks,
man.
at least 6, I think.
Majority
Sí,
of these
se
rounds
intentó,
by way
se
of...
intentó.
I wouldn't even want to call that a force buy, dude.
He had the MP9
Que no va a sacar
got 2
esta y una
kills.
más, creo,
Then the
si
next
perdemos
round,
esta.
from the money, bought the MP9 again and got 2 kills.
Ellos siguen
That's
ajustadísimos.
9.
O
And then he
sea,
did this.
He got 6.
He had like almost 36 kills with that one gun.
Shocks has 15 kills with the MP9 this map. That's more foreshadowing.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Can they keep it rolling? Listen, you know, Liquid, they're hanging on. You win a couple rounds like that, maybe you bounce back into this half, but Any warning to 9Z.
Una ronda, hay que meter.
Don't let that happen again.
Sería ideal.
Two maximum quota.
El gordo tetón ahí.
The OC shot.
Tiene AP Lucan. No se siente cómodo con AP el toro. O sea, tienen que dar rifle, literal.
Bomb is still left back, so they have the option to pivot with stairs control. They have a fast rotation, and no CTs have taken over short water as well. So, in terms of time, 9Z are
Estamos
winning
jugando
this
lento.
position, just slightly, but
Me pone nervioso,
down to the op.
por favor. Ahí lo
Pressure
está
is mounting
recontra
on OC
cubriendo
to
igual.
deliver on an op shot.
Tienen que saber que ahí
Put it
puede
that
estar clavando
simple.
una P, igual. Ya saben que va a ser acá.
Shock's patience, man, gets covered perfectly. Finds the one in the back, and almost just guns down everybody.
Oh, it's actually the flash from Max that catches Lucan somehow. I think it dropped out of his hand.
Oh, awkward,
Las flashes de
dude.
Max lo cegó, mirá vos.
15 seconds to try and recover, or just call this one quits.
Y no,
Shock's
no
like
estamos
a
para... A ver,
statue,
bajemos.
cemented inside of that bathroom's.
No, no hay tiempo,
Off of the
no hay
OC
tiempo.
coverage, goes for his play, guns down 2, and wins this one
hay
for
tiempo.
Liquid. That's 2 consecutive victories and a 3-round lead now.
Sirve
All that
guardar.
separates Liquid and 9Z.
Yeah, that's
Bueno, los otros sí, los otros van a
solid
tener plata, así que
for sure.
se puede
It
guardar.
comes down to one op shot. For most, sometimes all you have to do. So they do a good job there.
A ver, me gustaría ver la replay para ver la
Because
flash.
they don't have to if they want to go back to monster hit. Because they absolutely have.
Falta reforzar los pies y la defensa, sí.
They have the capability. They have the comfort. They got DGT.
Igual Lucan suelta la P, no mata uno. Es que de TT, amigo, además la P es más difícil usar la de TT. Y la P va de ST para mí. De TT tiene que ser muy buena para usar la P. Más a este nivel.
Gets through the smoke again. DGT, it's been a little lapse here in that big impact. This could be another one, but nope. Alige will find the better of him. Alige slowly climbing the scoreboard as well, looking to be Shox' right-hand man. And if you're killing DGT, then you're taking a big piece out of 9Z's puzzle.
Yeah, that's weight off the shoulders. DGT.
Y sí, ya
dead.
se nos cayó DGT, está complicado.
Present in connector. Every round it feels like. And even when he's not, they're still cautious about it. He's got
Romy, saludalo ahí a nuestro amigo ruso.
There we go, right? You said it last round.
Qué verga, qué gordo, tetón.
Yeah, Simple also hits that.
Yes.
Ganó líquido el primero.
Pro Broky hits that.
Acá aparece. Acá arriba. Poquito.
Shox. Ooh, puts his
Bien,
head
está
on
bien.
a silver platter. David's still wounded, but
No creo que la quieran pelear, ¿o sí?
something from 9Z, a kill. And yet still more work to be done. OC, nice. Just tracks David as he tries to get around that further corner. Lucan could be the next target for OC if he decides to run this risk of a long peek.
I can't even
Porque
get
uno no
it.
compra
It's
P90.
too far
Mira.
away, man. It's too
Yeah.
far away.
No lo veo tan
No
troll.
need for OC to go anything further than what he's done.
No, va a guardar
Around
9Z
that hill,
y...
dropping bomb, cutting it off from any attempted entry.
Y no lo veo mal. ¿Qué quieren que les diga? 2v4. Está trincherado en el side con una P. Para mí tienen que ir B. Para mí tienen que ir B.
It's a little bit sketchy there.
Been a little while since 9Z have gone back to the B site, right? DGT on his own this time.
Si perdemos este match, estamos fuera del
They
match.
started this half with
Sí,
B
sí,
site
sí.
success.
Yes, they did. Now that
Estaría lindo un rush. Un rush B que no se lo esperen.
So
Tipo,
they don't want to
cosas así.
fall into that trap, and they did win a really good round on A2, so I think it's fine. There's still actually 3 rounds left. There's another buy.
Pausa
coming
táctica,
right
está
away.
bien, está bien.
There's always the opportunity to
Mira,
put that
forzamos
on.
Galil
And I think if they had
y David tienen para sacar
potentially
acá.
won
Sí, sí.
with that A attack, then man, them potentially going B next round would have been even more scary.
Thanks
them,
for
so-
being here, bro.
But now,
Greetings to
one
Russia.
thing is, I do feel like there's, Shox is, it feels way more, comfortable by himself, but
Yo diría que usemos la antimufa. A ver, los invito en el chat. Tratemos de mufar, a ver. Si hacemos fuerza, levantemos las manos así como Goku para que termine la Genki Dama. O no, no le llegará un poco de nuestra energía.
That's one thing. Inside of stairs, he's been indomitable.
really being left to his own devices this round.
We've seen him do this before.
Levanten las manos. Lucan les pide un poco de su energía. 15 baja, tiene DGT, es un animal. Vamos, David.
It's actually a nice fight, but David gets a bullet through the sign into his head.
Through the post. He'll walk away with 10 health, David, so little bit of luck.
Si ganaste, entrega la colita, Lucan.
Wallbang attempt from DGT's solo B play.
So you can see this is a round that Liquid were expecting it to be B. The left shock's up there. He was ready to full flank.
Ronda crucial, loco. Tiene que morir el gordo tetón de Ozzy, Viol.
Appreciate that 9Z, like you mentioned. Most of their rounds, they won over on B side, but they're still willing to continuously test A.
Hay otro del camión.
Tuck behind truck, man. Good piece of cover from Naf, but
Bien.
Rox finds the
Bien.
headshot. That's 2 players still.
5v3 estamos tocadísimos, pero si plantamos y no boludeamos, la confío.
Wants to get testy.
A Rox también energías. No te abras, no te abras, no te abras.
What could have been that shoulder peek, dude? Feels like
No te abras, no te abras.
feels surrounded, feels swarmed, and with 5
Tiene
players
para
still up,
pelearla,
9Z understandable. 3 of them leaning over on long.
Vamos, Lucan, vamos, Toro.
Headshot into Elige as he rounds that dump.
Tranquilo, viejo, ¿por qué se...? Ta. 3v1, listo, no hay chance, anda a tu casa, Nitro. Chau. Cómelo. Sí.
And DGT is still at B.
Here he is lurking. Okay, he'll go
14 de
down.
vida, queda el
Yeah,
culo
they had a lot
roto.
of things in
Está
place.
bien, igual.
Comes down to that first kill. They took the risk with shocks up in that spot. Doesn't always work. If it was a B-side hit, he would have been a nice fast flank. That situation doesn't pay off.
Juan José, ¿qué
It's also
pasó?
a situation where, yeah, I mean,
Me
no
perdí,
harm, great half
Romy.
from 9Z, even though Liquid have mounted a small comeback overall. This many T rounds.
Por de tetón estaría bueno evitar. Bah, es por. Amigo, no. Es, como dice ella, una expresión. O sea, es como decir que la vive mucho. O sea, es como sos un gordo tetón en algo. Ese significado. No me chupa un huevo si alguien es gordo o no. O sea, yo lo trato de la misma manera.
Instead, it's just OC using that op with early vision.
They're waiting for it. They really want it to be B. They're finally going to, I think, get the round they're looking for, but doesn't mean they'll win.
Kit
Trying to
tetón.
get through this part of the setup with less.
Y si es un gordo tetón igual. Sí.
9Z will wait.
Ni te
us.
quemes explicar los randiestes. Claro, viejo, no nos ofendamos por boludez. Por ejemplo, entre mis amigos nos decimos gordo tetón. A la Romy le digo gorda tetona y, o sea, es cuálida. O sea.
Another smoke comes down. It's a full kit. It's a risky game, actually, that 9Z are
¿Qué pasó?
playing
¿Qué
because
dijiste?
this is a fully stocked Liquid. And I think they should have been able to see that within the money.
Si estás jugando un medio como para no írsela. Sí, obvio. A ver, darle demasiadas vueltas a esto es una boludez. O sea,
Not the A side. As soon
Sí,
as
estoy
Shocks
nervioso
doesn't
porque
see
van
anybody
35 segundos.
lining up CT grenades outside bathrooms.
esperemos.
There's about to be a fight. David peeks in.
Yeah, that's one.
It's a bit of a warning sign, but still
Another
enough
smoke. Yeah,
utility to
very
just
risky
keep them
game
off.
for Liquid for
They're
9Z
out.
to do that.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you just can't justify it.
Yeah, that was very risky. 9Z they tried to do that in earlier rounds, but the nades were a lot lower for Liquid.
Está bien que
so
guarden
Liquid just wait them
porque
out.
así
But
pueden sacar la última.
That's not something that should work
Está
versus a
bien,
good
está bien.
team, and Liquid got the signs. They got the map control back. They
Crystal
slowly worked on it.
Generation.
That's gotta feel
Totalmente.
so disappointing if you're 9Z. You never get to
Dale,
pull the
dije que
trigger.
tus stickers son horribles.
They didn't use it. Oh, that's one to throw
No,
away
8 de TT
somewhere.
no,
You
pero
can
podemos
spend all
sacar
that
uno
money
más.
on next
¿Se
round.
puede sacar uno
Actually,
más?
There's not much money.
Vamos una más.
And
Dame una más.
definitely
Dame una más.
a gun and some nades.
One man re-equipped and one round
O si
still
no
to
abre los
go
ojos
here.
porque si dio 4 toques.
Close halves been the name of the game this series.
Yo digo que es CT, Overpass. Evidentemente depende de cómo lo juegue cada equipo.
Teams putting up solid T
Es
sides
así
on their
también.
map picks.
Eso
Should
influye.
be so scared of losing people defaulting towards A before they end B. I mean,
Por 9Z. Romy no me chamullé, dice.
Dead
Nah.
grenade damage. Another frag goes deep. That's max down to 29.
Ay, qué verga, qué
Then the
verga.
wall bangs start coming through. So caution for 9Z on the short setup.
Vamos, muchachos.
Max goes back around towards Monster.
Metamos toda la carne al asador esta última ronda. Ay, no, se me cortó. Se me cortó. Sí, viejo, pero le estaba. Estaba atrás de la madera, yo digo. ¿Qué pasa? Valve.
Got them bamboo sheets.
Dale, Fran. Dale, no que Fran tiene que pagar las deudas. Sí, literal.
OC about to be tested on long. Shock's walking up. Maybe being out of cover here.
Ay.
Oh, there's no coverage.
Ay.
Shock's
Pero abranse la vez.
And then OC will come back from the bathroom's peak with the
El
second
gordo
kill
sigue
on
vivo.
long. He doesn't waste any time either. Just immediately
Tiene la
falling
misma
away,
P.
drops the smoke
Sí.
and goes silent.
Worried about getting hunted, but he's done what he needs to do to safely escape.
And he gets all the way back by the looks of things.
David representando a Chile. Sí.
Shock's trying to follow.
Jugando bastante bien, David. Que la está rompiendo desde
CT
GT. A
split
ver,
2-2.
Luken.
DGT still inside a short water, man. He's been here since
A
the
ver,
start of the
te da mi
round, it
uno.
seems. And yet he's seen nothing. Rock's blocked off by utility. We can't just let this round fizzle out like it did in the previous because it's the final of the half. And by losing
No.
Luken up at the top of
Parece
the
que
mid,
no,
Rock's
che.
comes out.
Sí. Ay,
Bomb's
no.
been dropped. There's
Pensé que
still
lo
enough
mataba.
time
Bueno,
to
igual.
recover, but
No iba a
Alicia has
ser.
other ideas. As it
No
is
está mal, 8
7
rondas de
CT
TT. No está
victories
mal,
for
no está
Liquid.
mal.
9Z's lead at the end of T-side still stands, but by a measly single round.
Yeah, pretty decent overall. You know, they won some rounds that were really hard.
Podríamos haber sacado un par más, pero dale,
Two
no pasa nada.
difficult execs. They had some solid defaults.
Dale.
A couple of rounds were it's a little bit too
Izquierda nos comemos a tu hermana, Luciano.
It started to get really slow towards the end.
Yes.
Dale, viejo. ¿no?
Excruciatingly so. And
La pistol, por favor.
Pretty
La
comfortable.
pistol.
great moments from Shocks, especially early on. To secure the
Le da una
rebound
inseguridad,
zone.
no setan las
Could have been a much
pistol. No
worse
se dan
half.
una idea.
So I think the 7-8 is really accurate for once.
Ahora ST easy, no, viejo, tranquilo. Perfil bajo, perfil
How much of
bajo.
a battle this was between these two rosters, and I think it's fair to say 9Z played
No nos
slightly
caigamos con USP. Sí, juguemos a distancia.
Just lock in
Estos
this
gordos van a
victory on
luchar
their
bien, mirá,
map pick.
acordate. ¿O no?
Does not feel like a shoe-in. Be a
que ver.
hard-fought battle.
Bueno, igual van a marcar primero,
Everything
supongo,
on
¿no?
the
¿no?
line here.
O van a correr.
Elimination starts to creep into the back of your head. One half that could make a difference for your career, for your life, for your dreams.
Esto ya lo he visto. A David paileando con USP ya lo he visto,
That's a man
muchachos.
advantage for Liquid in the second pistol, and Naf just waits for nobody. Crawls and
No
tumbles his
podemos
way
agarrar
through
esto,
Monster.
post.
He's moving in. He's going to clear out headshot in a second.
Very open B site. 9Z, they want that retake, but they're already a man down.
Bien.
Luckily for them, DGT gets the better of a Legion connector, and that opens a route.
Oh,
Pasa,
reverse
¿cómo?
boost into heaven.
Very cool.
This is money, actually. There's nobody up here.
Uy, ni
Shocks
lo
are
van a
turning into
esperar
a
ahí,
flank,
post.
and they planted for him up here. It looks like open
Complicadísimo
zone.
esta reta aquí.
Yeah, it looks like left side of pillar.
That's
Déjà vu.
insurance policy.
Nav's gonna have to serve up a distraction. Shock's just waiting for the
Ahora van a
perfect moment
esperar.
to strike. Now they know
Oh,
about him.
God.
¿Escuchó
They
o no?
know. As Lukin tucks into
Sí
the
que lo
cover,
vio.
he needs the reload. Shocks goes in, and now that post plant
imposible.
just seems... Oh, but he comes back and gets popped by Rock, who's now on top of Bomb, but OC chases
Qué
it down.
verga,
and
yo
Liquid,
viste que le digo que
that
las
lead
pistol
has
failamos.
evaporated 8-all.
But hey, nice shot, Rocks.
Very cool.
That was cool.
You know, better than Rox's shot was Shocks's play. Jumps right up there.
Está bien, está
Also,
bien.
Naf's
¿Qué vamos a hacer?
distraction
Culeco,
too.
¿eh? No creo que
Kinda
pueda hacer
locks
nada.
it in, and poor Lucan, right, goes for the reload. Never, you're not in heaven. If you're in heaven, you feel like reloading's the safest thing you can do.
Dale,
Right,
muchacho,
that's
dale.
yours.
If anybody gets to
Con
reload, it's
fuerza.
the guy in heaven.
Yeah, and once I open those heaven gates, I'm reloading all the time.
9Z gonna have to take this one on the chin. USP's
La
own
pista la ganan los petes,
gonna have
así
to
es,
channel
así
their
es.
inner OC.
Los
Almost
malos
like
ganan la
this
pista.
angle. Let's just put four
Ay,
guys
por
in.
favor, bro, que se nos dé una, que se nos dé una, por favor.
I get all
Por
excited.
favor, que pasen los dos
You
por
say
ahí.
fuck, man.
I didn't.
O este por lo menos, a ver.
Mac 10,
Ah,
making
ya.
money. Shock's gonna pull them
Joder,
into a
bro.
leash. He's gonna
Yo dije,
pad
bueno,
those
lo van a
stats.
bajar.
And Liquid just looking to
No,
win
no,
this one
nada,
without
nada.
a single casualty. So far, so good.
Qué pijo, bro.
9-8. T-side starts off
El mapa
well.
anterior lo ganó
Test
Ancient.
begins here.
Lo ganó
9Z getting onto
Ancient.
the
Qué
weaponry.
drogado. Lo ganó líquido, lo ganó líquido. El mapa anterior.
And the CT
Y
side.
perdemos, nos vemos en Narnia, gente. Sí, señor. Lamentablemente.
In
Pero
exchange
dale,
for
dale,
winning all
dale.
half, silence M4s.
Dale que queda match todavía.
Nothing feels better.
Then an A1S.
I want to silence them for Christmas.
Hansi el campeón del Major.
Don't think we can buy those.
I have no
where we live.
training.
Hagamos build. AP para Luken. Ay, por favor, Luken, por favor.
And hard.
Te regalo mi inventario si querés.
And I promise
Plata
to
no
do
te debe
what's right.
faltar, pero lo que necesites.
Snap promises to
Hacemos una
apply
vaquita entre toda
pressure on the
Argentina.
B-site. Shocks inside a connector
Bien,
will
Max.
die. Looks like Max will be his
De la izquierda.
counterpart this
izquierda.
half.
Sí,
Max
sí, sí, sí. Ay,
sliding wide into OC,
48
takes half
de
of his
vida.
health down, dude. OC
Vamos.
now at the helm of this scoreboard, 16-7.
Don't praise him, dude. He missed twice in the first half.
Well, we'll forget about it. If he keeps the dream alive.
Tráeme alfajores.
Stralis was 0-2 in Stockholm and still came back 3-2. Moved into the Legends stage of the
You know
event.
who else is 0-2?
Who?
Cloud9.
Oh no.
E-League Boston 2018.
¿Qué dice el rato?
That was like yesterday.
Lucan. They're getting closer.
Vamos, Torito.
His time to shine.
Sí.
First one's easy. And then he just dives back. He's going to give them space here. Sight entirely taken. DGT doesn't see that Naf just jumps into the corner with that MAC-10. And because Naf plays it so fast, I don't think Lucan would have been able to really raise the red flag on the play. Oh, but Rox gets the headshot.
Vamos, ya se fue la smoke, dale. Hay que... No tienen más utilidad, una flash no tienen.
With that close one.
Yeah, two good guns here.
Está bien
but OC is
parado ahí,
very
pero-
low on default. He'll have to hit this
Hay
instantaneous
defuse, hay
headshot.
defuse.
Sliver angle between the dice and Optimus. Two
Hay defuse,
CTs
la
on his
puta
left, can't
madre.
even see him.
Nitro comes back from bathrooms. There's OC's first
Qué
in
poronga,
this
boludo.
2v3. Now the counter-terrorists continue to crawl.
Ah, y el último
towards
está
it.
baño.
Nitro
Dale, dale.
just looks to lock
No,
in what's
que
left
encima-
of this very minimal bomb timer. Rox is going to jump on it, but he has 3 health, and so a single shot will do the trick.
Qué
Nitro closes on the A site.
Ay, era importantísima esta ronda,
Let's
boludo.
go.
Qué
They pulled it
chota,
off.
boludo.
Nicely
A
done
nada.
in 2v3. And yeah, OC picked this fight really well.
Jugaron bien
Top
igual.
of the
los otros.
scoreboard, did you know?
I did.
So it
Don't
shows.
sing his praise.
It shows.
¿Cambiar la yerba? Amigo, estoy mirando el partido. O sea, sí, tengo que cambiar la yerba porque
Talk like that.
el segundo termo que voy tomando con esta yerba, pero
French.
sí, ya fue. O sea,
Correct. Okay.
estoy mirando
Get
el
off my
match.
back.
Can't even roll your R's.
Igual el amargo no se lava. El dulce es el que se lava mucho.
3-man boost. Oh. Dog, so ready.
Man, they did it so smoothly
Yeah,
too.
I was like waiting for them to fumble it, and then it would be predicted, and then we'd sit here and, you know, we'd cancel them.
Oh.
But man, oh man, Shocks
Ya te lo
instantaneous. And then the utility that follows suit. And real deep is Nitro. He's going to give you no wiggle room, no chance, no nothing. Zilch.
Cadian promised that Liquid would qualify. To the,
Cadian?
yeah, he said
Estamos mal, loco.
they will.
Taking
Arrancamos
one for
mal.
A, huh?
Yeah, what a
El
madman.
anterior dolió una banda. Hubiera sido el 9-9.
It's a grind. You know, 0-2. Oof, it's a grind.
It is.
Three
3
best,
BO3s.
three best of threes.
Yeah, but, you know, wouldn't be the first team in major history to pull it off.
No es hijo de puta, pero estoy perdiendo las esperanzas. Sí, sí.
And also, BO3s
That's true. You do. You don't even make history. What's the
don't
point?
even make history. It's actually not that big of a deal.
It's just barely cool. Oh, that's ruthless. 9Z on death's doorstep, man. 3-round difference. Liquid are playing well. They survived
Sí,
a
Raúl,
couple
sí,
of
eso es verdad.
awkward rounds.
Crunch.
Menos chance que
Liquid
Boca ganando la
fall back
Libertad.
into this game, and Liquid's just they look more resilient today. Look,
Y
like
yo
they
creo que
have
9Z
more
tiene más
resolve.
chances.
So it'll be a tough beast. I mean, their CT side wasn't perfect, but now we're switched over. That
Tenemos
doesn't
siempre-
matter
literal,
anymore.
empezamos con la chota, parecemos Astralis o Navi.
Max moving in for the
Después somos Deportivo Pasto.
Very
O
aggressive in
sea,
the middle, calling out all the
arrancamos
space.
con la
How
chota al
far
hombro
we
y nos
go,
caemos,
how
sí.
fast. Oh, very fast. Wow.
Now,
Yeah,
how
Max.
did Liquid react to that? Did they just try to
Yeah, it happens early, but
hyper-aggression? Yeah, they're just going to try to pummel their way through this line, and
Bien,
David's
bien,
here to
bien.
trade it. Lucan back through connector, Naf over top of the fire.
Queda el
Felt like
gordo
Liquid
nomás,
just, they needed to go. That's what they thought.
Oh, la
And
puta
OC
madre.
still with a chance in the 1v3. Kills DGT inside of the bomb site. Has separated these
Ay,
1v1s
me
for the
hace
time
cagar en
being.
las
But
patas.
an eventuality
Oh, shots missed.
in Max's arrival. Good thing for Luke, and he's able to stay alive for now. And OC sees a chance to reroute his way through that
Lo
A
escuchaste.
site.
Lo matás bien,
Max
bien,
and
bien,
his
bien.
hopes
Tiene una banda de
Liquid
ITA igual, tiene
stall
mucha
at
plata.
11.
That was huge for Max because he got the kill on Shocks. It was
Oh my
calm,
God.
and he ran all the way back to site instead of going through stairs, potentially, which was another solid option for him. So no surprise to see
Vamos,
OC
loco,
running
vamos,
knife
vamos.
out, just in case that was, in fact, what happened. And if
Esta vender chía.
it was, then he'd still have a chance to
Vamos
lose,
a
right? Still
táctica.
2v1, but at least he gives himself a chance. So attack pause called from Team
9-11,
Liquid. They got
9-11.
cut off. A solid info gathering play from Max that pays off.
Paso a
super
paso, hay
quickly, and he
que,
didn't push through on that
hay que
time,
jugar
but he
tranquilo,
would've
no
caught
tenemos
Shocks
plata.
early.
El tema es que
But
nos
it might
sacan
be
una
worse
ronda
for
y
Liquid, right? If you just
fíjense,
walk that
no,
fight.
no hay plata de
You get
9Z.
that kill very early.
No
Still
hay
a
plata.
extremely winning position. But if you had just stalked his
Ahí para que
opponents
sí lo pueda
running
pagar
away,
más
they would have never seen it coming on that timing, and Liquid might not have been able to get into the site at all. I think there was incentive there for Liquid to go back and span the map once again.
Va el
And Liquid
tercero,
are
iba al
not lazy.
tercero.
They do that, and very often. But in that situation,
Sí,
they
tienen que
were
jugar más
started
safe
just throwing
9Z. Juega
grenades
muy puero.
and didn't
O
feel
sea,
like there was any
juega
good
como si
reason to go
tuvieran, no
back,
sé,
but they can
un
still win
MM.
4v5 on a B exec. That was
No
already
siempre,
taking
pero a
place.
veces.
Couple of players down in connector here. Max in
Ahora el
front of
gordo
it.
Shocks.
Shocks looking to work around the smoke.
Que Max, uno más.
He dives behind the
Sí,
stairs, gets a
señor.
second in a leash.
Bien.
And connector
Ya está, ya
belongs
está,
to
ya
9Z.
está ahí. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Oh, he drew Shocks into that one.
Vamos.
Flashbang looked good, but
Woo,
Max,
let's go,
looks
Max.
better. 3 kills. As now
Chileando,
Luke looks
chileando.
to just turn the attention with the off
Y gordo.
into
Bien, Toro, bien,
Liquid's
Toro.
slow walk
Taquea al
through
gordo.
party.
El gordo de
It's
Toro.
over for them in this one.
That's crushing. Max putting his team on his back right now. So we saw in the
Tratemos de no
most
perder
clutch
Will.
moments,
Lo único
Max
que
was the
quería
guy who stood
pedir.
above the rest. On Dust 2 in their qualifying game to get to the major, to qualify the qualifying stage. He was the guy.
Dale, dale, que el
he
Toro
was the
se
guy in
levanta
overtime.
anímicamente,
He was the
dale.
guy in the final rounds of regulation who didn't seem to be affected by any pressure.
¿Tiene el C4 o no? Creo que tiene el C4.
You know, the former right hand of Try. A real leader on this team.
Quitarle la P sería buenísimo.
We'll see what you got
¿Lo
left.
limpia o no lo limpia?
No
¿Qué dicen
bomb.
ustedes?
Just wants to hang on, and
Ahí está
DGT's got
solo
other
ahí.
ideas.
Bien,
See you
vamos.
later, sucker. Smoke,
Bien.
or Shadow, rather.
Tienen plata, pero están un poco más forzados los TT ahora.
Advantage. Easy lock-in. 10 rounds for 9Z. We're in the back third of this one.
They actually approached stairs correctly. They had that long kind of... They threw the hard flash off the
Esa la
wall
cagada,
to make
sí.
it so it was really hard to figure out when to turn from. Max dealt with that, tucked into the stairs. Shocks just had a really bad spray. Had a chance, though, to get that frag. But then Max turns it into 2 frags right
Están
after.
todos
So
con... Mirá, fíjate, sacaron todos medio
he
neco.
doesn't need any help right
Tener
now.
bastante
Making
plata la
plays,
próxima.
right? You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have understood if 9Z kind of just turtled up a little bit and kind of just lost out to Liquid, but these proactive moments in the last 2 rounds of the CT side, it's comfort that I see.
9S, 9S, vamos 9S.
Rounds right
Y
behind.
imagínate que juegue en Buenos Aires 9Z y toda la banda ahí cantando. ¿Sabes cómo te la sube eso? El tema que ahora hasta la próxima fase creo que no hay hinchada, nada, no hay gradas.
Stunned, eyes glazed over. Liquid take the map. But Liquid have seen nothing. 9Z,
Just making sure Max isn't right up their tail.
yeah.
Getting ready that flank.
Todos con
Hey,
T que
man.
están...
Look at the B
Da un
sides.
cagazo la Tech también porque te sienta un tiro al revés.
The rotations are slow. I think it's a timing where, you know, 9Z do want to reinforce now.
Ay,
Short is pretty open.
ahí
The setup
está.
isn't much without support back in CT, so lots of pressure here on David.
They're not coming down just yet. David with the gun out. Good. Ooh,
Man.
bad flash, in fact, from that. Hold looking solid. Rocks able to use that
Cinco de vida,
USP
le
to
intro,
deny
deja
Nap any
joder.
further footing, and
Deja
Nitro
joder,
5
Nitro.
health means
Lo que
he
pone,
shouldn't
hermano.
be able to do too much, but apparently
Puta madre.
doesn't get the memo. Rocks DGT.
Es una
Oh,
verga
you
para
should-
eso,
Wait,
boludo.
you should go die. Wait,
Después la
whoa,
economía
is there a gun
se
for him to
quede.
get?
I don't think so, but he's going to die right here.
Listo, bien, bien, bien.
And
11,
that one's
11.
that. 11
Chill,
all,
chill,
folks.
Van a tener plata ahora ellos igual. Van a tener plata.
Tech 9, it's not going to do you much.
Media Argentina en tanga, sí. Caminando hacia la veces.
Vamos,
Vamos, vamos.
It's good to die when you are on T side with just a tech
700, ¡epa! 700, vamos.
Like a band-aid, you know?
Vamos, viejo, vamos.
Yes.
Dale, dale, hay que ganar este match. Hay que ganarlo. Hay que ganarlo.
11 all 9Z.
Por favor, esta ronda. Oh, me está sudando el orto. Necesito la silla antitranspirante
on this
ojete.
half. Still lots of work to do, and as the flashbang pops,
Ponchen con like,
the
ponchen con
CT
like.
setup shrinks. Max has been left on his own.
Yeah. Let him work. Max is the man to watch. All the information. He's the only player pushed in every single round.
Transpirando las manos.
I like that they're not putting too much emphasis on Lucan, letting him play back. Could have died in that position, actually, with the way he took that duel. But OC let him live.
Tranqui, muchachos, tranqui. La van a jugar lento, para mí la van a jugar
Trying
lento.
to set up
Los
Max.
de Liquid.
In all these different engagements. Is Liquid wait outside of the B sites, you know? So I think while they search out the rest of bathrooms, they're just remembering that they haven't touched stairs
Marcando,
yet.
el
So
C4
this might
dónde
be
está.
worrying for Max.
Tienen ahí para ir a B.
They're just avoiding him, man, like the plague.
Well, I think it's that they're coming for him late, you know, and that's the worrying part for
Mente
him.
fría, pensamientos
Because
ambiciosos.
now they see that they've cleared out all his support
Esta es la
positions. Well,
40
what happens here with
segundos.
Max?
Parece que
Bombs
van a,
going
¿qué van a
back,
hacer?
actually, around through spawn.
OC still
Van a buscar una baja.
Maybe these B players come down connector, or do they just
Muy bien
completely dodge?
parado.
It's actually not
3
that
en
bad,
B
but
no me
look,
gusta.
Max
3
can
en B,
actually
vayan
hear
por...
now that they're running over top of him. You can see their CT
No,
rotations
no,
on
no, no,
B,
no, no, no.
and he
¡Ay,
runs
la
into this.
concha de tu
You're
madre!
being blind. Max gets punished. And we've already got Nitro taking a lead to hit the A site.
Ay, dale, dale, pasen al side porque si se quedan atrás de las smoke la comen.
Tough spot.
Bien, bien, bien toro.
Wow, he snaps that into Nitro. And OC's looking for the counter pick, but it's actually
Ay, pero ¿por qué te
David that goes to the
mostraste?
side.
¿Por qué te
They're still
mostraste?
playing
No,
close,
no,
but
no, no,
blinded
no,
by
no.
Naf as he burns Lucan and the
¡Ay, la
ring is
puta madre,
also
boludo! ¡La
stuck
puta
up.
madre!
Liquid with
Pero
purple.
faltaba nada,
Damn,
boludo.
what an attack. That was
La concha de la
beautiful. I
lora.
mean, even though Lucan's shot
No
was
puede
something to
ser,
behold,
boludo, no puede
perfect.
ser.
That refrag from OC was just as nice.
Me van a
On the outside
enfermar,
front,
boludo.
that
Me
was
van a
so
dar un
fast.
paro.
Like basically a
No,
shoulder
no, no, no.
that he took out. And
Joder, boludo, no tenemos
all
plata.
the
Bueno,
nades
sí, tenemos
landed in the
plata, pero...
perfect spots with the flashbangs to
Oh.
follow. The spacing was tremendous. Everything looked good. And that's where an exec shows you, even an overstacked site, you know, that you're going to get punished for trying to.
Dígame si me
not
equivoco,
retake a
pero
position
si no
where
se
you weren't in
mostraba el
position early
de
enough.
Max goes back.
baño, puede ser que la
Siege comes to
podíamos...
the left of the smoke, and that
tries
is
that
the
again.
end of Max. Figured out early. Man advantage here for Liquid. Chance to pull ahead on this T side. Chance to bottom out the CT economy and just roll through what's left of 9Z's major life.
Yeah, Liquid are
Sería
playing
no
smart,
andar.
man. We saw this at the end of Ancient. They started to recognize where 9Z aren't doing things after they find a bit of space. Max was finding that space. Now they're punishing Max in his plays. Is there anything more than Max for 9Z in terms of getting information? And here's one look from 9Z to
This
try to bring back this 4v5.
could be something.
We almost never see a kill come from this boost. You do get information, but it's risky because the stairs door could open. There's no one in stairs to protect them.
Hijos de mil puta, cómo la juegan lento, qué bronca.
He instead looks to move forward here.
Este
He has
rush
very
igual
much
está bien,
alone.
puede
There are two
salir, pero...
players here. OC starts to leave. Naf's shoulder's been spotted, but Naf, he swings out just wide enough to dodge that damage.
Cómo adelantan, les encanta
That is
adelantarles,
such
pero
an invitation to
les
this
fascina.
B-site. Rocks decides to peek, gets himself one kill and a ton of damage versus Elige, but now that is the activation from Liquid. They come sprinting in, and Lucan, with David by his
No,
side,
no pasa nadie, por
have
favor.
to somehow hold them back. And as the bomb jumps into the site, OC's going to give great coverage. That was an
Sounds-
invitation to David, but he has now left Lucan on his own. Lands the shot, the flick up into Nitro.
sale una, boludo.
Sidearm's
No
not
sale una
enough, and
tampoco.
that's Liquid puncturing
Eso es
into
mala
the
suerte.
B-site.
Eso es mala suerte.
Everybody surviving with just a little
Eso
bit
no
of
me
HP.
jodas.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
just desperate move after desperate move.
Mala
You know,
suerte.
Absolutely.
DGT comes into, you know, not a winning fight for him, but he knows that it's still 4v5. It's a worthwhile
David
risk. If
pelotudo
he gets
apretar
that
la
duel,
más.
wins it versus Nafla, he knows where he is in the fence, then at
Ay,
least it's going to be
gente,
hard for
ay.
Liquid. They have to win back outside Monster to set up. They might have to go to the other side of the map.
No, si
So
perdemos
that was
esta
a
quedamos
worthwhile
eliminados,
position.
gente.
Then
No,
Rox
no
wins on
vamos a Mirage.
Monster. Then David runs into the site. Then they have everybody coming in for individual engagements. And that's where I think Liquid they're going to feel good when they see 9Z participating in engagements like that.
Ooh, but Nitro gonna offer them something here. Shox looks to take the place. And that is 2 kills right
2
back
a 10
from
de vida,
Liquid.
hermano. Pero déjame de joder también el culo que tienen.
13 HP combined.
Ay, boludo,
But
dale,
Unleash
amigo.
gives great cover. That's
No hay
his
suerte
19th
tampoco.
and 20th
Hay que
frag
decir que no
trying to be
acompaña la
right up there
suerte.
with Shox and OC, and that 3-man cohort for Liquid right now is enough to pull ahead 14-11. 9Z. A painful reality
Yes.
starts to sink in.
Very much. And I hate to bring up something positive about Liquid right now. Because
Claro,
Nancy
1 o 2
are,
rondas está, pero
potentially
es demasiado.
exit from the tournament in this 2-0 if it's going to happen. But Liquid are playing very well right now. They've identified how well Max was doing. They saw that beyond the support that he's gotten in the way of utility, in getting him into spots, outside of that, there hasn't been anybody alongside of him.
Oh,
They've decided not to fight him right away in some of these spots or punish his overtly aggressive moves like we saw Elige do with that deep
última
stroke in
chance.
mid. And then when they see
Última
that
chance,
nobody is
muchachos.
around, they eventually
Para
get
mí,
to
última
it.
chance. Porque después no vamos a
Now,
tener plata.
without Max being able to be comfortable doing those plays and
Forcemos lo que podamos,
no
o sea,
dynamic setup around
pausa
him,
táctica, a
with
ver
other
qué van a
players
hablar.
involved, it feels like 9Z are running out of ideas
A ver.
to bring this game back. They still need 5 whole CT rounds. There's so much money here for Team Liquid,
Anulo move.
and it is admirable and impressive that
Quedan-
Max can get
esta es la
so
ronda
much
26.
efficacy out of these motions
Bueno,
that he's
tratemos de
gone
forzar hasta la
through,
ronda
but at
30
the
al
same
menos.
time, again, Liquid, they're playing very cerebral right now. They're respecting Max, but they're also countering him and calculating and figuring out exactly what he's doing
Sería
and how to get
buenísimo
around it.
forzar. El tema es que ellos tienen plata, mirá.
Gonna have to try and shake things up.
Tienen
9Z
demasiada
off
plata,
the
no puedes
tag
sacar
pause.
todas las rondas. Casi.
Their major hopes on their map pick still alive.
Si convierto los 5 en simple y ganamos.
The confidence has been dented.
A ver, vamos a seguir rusheando.
Back here for a quick
O ya
long
aprendieron.
control out of Liquid. It seems like they are confident in what they want. Their mission, move forward.
Oh man, 9Z have no idea.
Nope.
And these nades are going to dampen the sound as well as they start to run up even deeper towards long.
Ah, pero
And
regalá
they'll
largo
set up
nomás.
turtle
Regalá
inside of the bathroom, so
fondo.
they won't be
Ahí.
spotted as this cross comes to the site, but they are not going to be fully aware
No.
that long has been overtaken just yet.
Oh, now it's just two
Sí, pero
players,
pasaron
two
side y no
CTs
tenemos ni idea.
boxed into this position, and the rotator comes up unsuspectingly, dies to DGT. Elige, he keeps it so clean. From long
No,
A, that sprint,
bueno,
he knew
gente.
what he wanted out of the gate, and he took it by
Veo 3, veo
storm.
3.
Damn.
DGT never sees it coming, gets deleted off of Dumpster, and then you saw that
Ay,
frantic
gente,
situation
ay,
for
ay, ay.
9Z inside of the bathrooms, even with them being able to put up a kill with
Última
Max,
ronda.
they were just boxed in.
They had no
Si
idea
no
how
ganamos,
bad it got.
afuera del Mage.
They know
Nowhere
he
to
must
run.
have run, but they were not in a
Queda una
position
ronda,
to
queda
hear
una
him.
ronda.
It was all a ruse. Liquid punished the fact that 9Z haven't had these long setups either. You know, Luke has been basically out of the picture. In the early rounds outside bathrooms, he hasn't slowed them down
Encima
from
perdimos otra bull.
divider picks. He hasn't slowed them down from the long picks.
El mismo Arano.
Wow.
Right off of the timeout.
Perdemos toda la
So
bola.
Team Liquid, dude, out called.
Yeah, another solid idea, execution.
No
great
ganamos un
play from
mapa, loco.
Liquid.
Qué paja, hermano. Qué paja.
What can you say?
boludo.
They are playing
Paja.
great CS right now.
Se notó mucho la falta de saco. Sí, cómo nos cagaron también, boludo. Cómo nos cagaron. La verdad, en eso.
But hey, it seems like
Hay que
9Z
decir
are
que
still
fue una
focused
mezcla
on
de no
what
tener al
position
coach,
bring it
tener
up
mala
into the next
suerte
round.
y no llegar tan bien
Got that much
preparados y
work
que hay
with.
buenos equipos en contra. Hoy día esos 4 factores son los que contribuyen a que
They
no,
still have to play.
no estemos pudiendo plasmar el
Four
mejor
rounds to
nivel.
send 9Z home from the
Ajá.
Antwerp Major, and it is Lucan right back at bat. OC's gonna miss his
Sí, ya
shot, no
está.
chance at the immediate refrag, but he
Era
finds the player in the
necesario.
background instead, and that is Elige lending a helping hand, taking over the top of the board for Liquid. There is still somebody here, and that is DGT. Fomus in hand. A first peek from Elige, and it is clean, dude. Elige does not
Bueno.
want this 0-3 run to be with Liquid's name
¿Será
stamped
este
on
el
it.
final del Hombre
9Z,
Araña?
a tough pill to swallow as they try to keep those major hopes in mind. 2 versus 4. But
Obvio.
Shox, he gives them a chance and then
Claro.
takes it right
Bueno,
back.
gente, parece que va a ser el final este. Aprovecho para decirles que voy a estar streameando otros partidos de la Major durante los próximos días, así que los invito a seguirme en Discord para que les notifiquen, obviamente suscribirse y activar la campanita. Y ahí está. Está bien, está bien. Bien igual, lo está bien igual. Primer equipo en clasificar a la Major de LATAM. No pasa nada, no pasa nada. Tenemos los stickers, tenemos las firmas. Era presuponible, yo me imaginaba que podíamos quedar 0-3. Nada, ¿qué se le va a hacer? Nada, déjate morir, dice. Está bien, NT igual. NT, está bien. Nada, se hizo lo que se pudo. Hicieron lo mejor que pudieron, jugaron contra buenos equipos. Nos cagaron con los del coach. No confío más de ahora me hago hincha de Bad New Eagles. Nada, gente, gracias a todos por acompañarme. Llegamos a 700 personas. Increíble, increíble, la verdad. Les agradezco a todos los que estuvieron. Inclusive tuvimos gente internacional, de Rusia, de Ucrania, vi unas banderitas ahí. Y bueno, nada, ya como les dije, únanse al Discord. Es más, ahí les voy a pasar la invitación directo yo. Y acá en Discord. Paso la invitación para que no se pierdan ningún directito mío. Porque voy a estar streameando. Creo que el viernes, sábado y domingo arranca la Major, arranca Navi, arrancan los partidos polentas. Así que nada. Les mando un saludito a todos. Vamos, Diego, llegaste tarde igual, Diego. Se puso huevo, se dejó, qué sé yo. Se hizo lo que se pudo. Digamos, es en nuestro nivel, es la primera vez que clasificamos un Major, el primer contacto. Si clasificamos para el que se juega en noviembre, que posiblemente en Brasil, capaz vamos a estar con más rodaje. Vamos a ver que no nos caguen el coach de nuevo. O sea, eso fue una poronga también, hay que decirlo. Dale, lleguemos a 150 likes antes para que me pueda ir contento del stream. Hazme ese favorcito. Vamos. Romy, vos me decís 150 y ya está. Puedo cerrar el stream. Diego, ¿de dónde sacaste eso? ¿De qué grupo? What the fuck? 152, listo, gente. Mil gracias a todos. Vamos, vamos, vamos. ¿Cómo se prende? Vamos, vamos, viejo. Gracias a todos por el like. 160, uy, cómo sube. Vamos, todo lo posible. ¿200 se estira o no? 180 y cerramos. Vamos, muchachos, vamos. Ah, le tengo que dar like yo, me parece igual, a ver. Esperen, me voy a buscar a mí mismo en YouTube. Listo. Le doy like yo. A ver, acá. A ver. Ahora vamos a cerrar esto, ya está. ¿Qué onda? No me carga mi propio stream. Ahí está. Le doy like. 168. Yo soy el 168. Vamos a ver. Sebastián Leque me conocen. 200 quería. Y bueno, viejo. Ya que 9Z no me pudo dar una alegría, denme ustedes una alegría. Bueno, nada, gente. Nada. Hasta acá el stream. Lástima el resultado de 9Z, pero bueno, la pasamos bien. Qué sé yo, pudimos ver el primer equipo de Latinoamérica. Jugando las dos la perdimos 16-11. O sea, no faltó mucho para ganarla. Faltaron detalles. Ellos tenían buenos jugadores. Nosotros no teníamos coach. Nos faltaba un poco de rodaje, de roce con mejores equipos. Qué sé yo. Es el balance que hago. Balance positivo dentro. Ay, me trabé todo. Sí, con la frente en alto. Ni hablar, Valentino, ni hablar. Dale, Nico. Un saludo. RIP 9Z, sí, Diego. Sí. Nada, gracias a todos por acompañarme. Como ya les repetí varias veces en el stream, son invitados a entrar al Discord, de suscribirse y de activar las notificaciones para no perderse partidos del Major que voy a estar streameando. Fíjense, les muestro ahora, antes de cerrar, la partida del 9 de... No, qué boludo que soy. Esto, a partir del 14 de mayo, fíjense, el 14 cae... sábado, domingo y lunes voy a estar streameando seguramente. Voy a aprender stream sin falta. Así que nada, nos veremos en esos. Nos veremos en esos partidos. Regalate una Simo. Diego, tenés $100.000 en inventario. Dale, me podrías tirar algo para la muchachada. Ya quedamos afuera, sí, quedamos 0-3. Y bueno, nada. Hasta acá el directo de hoy. Les mando un besito a todos. Gracias a todos los que estuvieron. Gracias por apoyar, gracias a todo el chat, gracias por la buena onda. Lamentablemente no ha sido el resultado, pero qué sé yo, se hizo lo que se pudo. Y nada, nos veremos en un próximo directito que voy a estar haciendo en breve. Bye bye.